and get the stream open, make sure our volume levels are good.
You're so controlling, Sam. God.
Oh, what was that from? That was an old 2017 joke.
Oh, yeah. That was some girls in your class
Yes.
or whatever when you were doing like a project. God, you're so controlling, Sam.
You bet your ass I am. Okay, so we should be live here. I'm not seeing it on...
Yeah, we're up.
I've got it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm getting a friggin' ad again.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Dang. You're getting some big ads, dude.
Yeah, no, we make, I think, like a cent a stream from this.
Hey,
So we're raking it in for sure.
Nice.
your hourly
big
wage
money.
for working on Sherathian, like,
Yeah,
good.
you got to divide that stream cent from all the prep hours.
I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point it's still negative, so...
we're definitely in the hole, but that's okay. That's okay.
We're $50 down from Foundry.
So
All the minis.
we have the Sherathian gold. Are we permitted as
No.
PC?
You are not allowed to use that yourselves.
Dang it!
You can cash them in because you've all racked up a bunch of it just from watching.
Yeah, I've got 9 grand.
Yeah.
Anybody got more than $9,000?
9.3.
Anybody else?
Hold on. I got 2 accounts. I mean,
2 accounts. Yeah, so there's been a bunch of upgrades on the stream. We have custom emojis for everybody's character, as well as Sherathian Gold. I don't know if you guys are keeping up with the chat, but basically it's a custom currency that you can accrue from watch time. So the more that you watch, the more Sherathian Gold you get, and if you subscribe, your earn rate from watching is expedited. And you can cash those in for different abilities. Like, there is Sampyrus' Blessing, or Sampyrus Mercy, that'll give a 1d4 healing to any player of their choice. Sampyric Inspiration grants a hero point for 2,000 gold. And then there's +1 attack to any player and +1 to a skill check for any player. So a fun little piece of engagement. We're going to keep adding them. And it should... I've set up the alerts correctly, I believe, so that when somebody redeems it, it's going to pop up on the screen and might save the day, potentially.
What am I going to do with my 15.2k
damn.
Sherathian gold?
You're just going to have to dump it with no rewards. Yeah, that would severely screw up the balance, but... Alright, gentlemen, welcome back to session 24 of Nexus Pathfinder. I'm happy that you guys are here. Last time, the Pire Pals followed the Dragonborn Mirage after reviving their halfling friend, and discovered the true depths of Mount Myerst. Upon arriving at the Forge, they solved the puzzle to gain access to the chambers of the Emissary Past. Struck with a curse of babbling, they bested the magical protections and procured the next Eclipsar Stone. Utilizing its power to turn back the wheels of time, they intercepted Tuarim the Anus Tickler before he was able to wreak havoc upon Raeninion. Using their cunning negotiation, they convinced Tuarim that the stone he was after was a mere ruby, and when he presented the spoils to his leader, his head was crushed like an egg against the mountainside. The party did not take this lightly, and the bard cast Gravity Well and threw the ogres off the cliffside, plummeting to their deaths. And, in an instant, they found themselves back in the throne room of Raeninion without thanks for their acts of heroism. We bring it back in Raeninion, where you guys are standing outside of the palace district. Take it away, gentlemen.
Well, I know not all of us lost the curse of babbling.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know who, but I like the name of that curse.
That is funny.
Is the mountain in view? Mount Myerst?
Yes, it is.
I'm just gonna be just looking at it.
Hey, so here's a question.
Yeah.
So, since we essentially, from what I can deduce, time traveled or parallel universe traveled, would Raylan get all his stuff back? Since that technically wouldn't have happened?
No, because it did happen for it to happen. He did
Okay.
die. Yeah, because
Gotcha.
I think we went over that with his foreskin in the throne room.
Gotcha.
Yeah, unfortunately, you caught me for a second there. I go,
Right.
yeah.
So I've unfortunately still got my ass cheeks out.
Yes, you have your bib.
The hospital gown of doom.
It's just cinched around my waist, and it's open back. It's quite breezy, actually. It's nice.
He's gonna take up a thing. He's gonna have a thing for kilts now.
Do the elves have any like public decency laws that I should be aware of?
Not that you're
Well-
aware of currently.
I think their biggest thing for public decency is be an elf. Because if you're not decent.
What's
I
BNL?
don't know what that is.
Be an elf.
Be an elf.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's true.
Was I the only one that heard BNL?
I heard that too. Yeah.
Well, Thonker needs a drink. Raylan needs some clothes.
Oh yeah.
Should we make our way to Wyvern's Inn?
Do you guys want to sign my bib?
Wine Inn?
Yeah. We gotta find Thorn's girl.
We don't need to rush to it. We can take our time. Kind of. Yeah, relax.
I guess since we kind of time traveled, how long ago did they meet technically, as far as she's concerned?
It would have been the night prior,
Oh,
because you guys are picking up right where you were summoned to the palace.
And that was right in the morning, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
we are still mid-morning, maybe noon at latest.
and did she say like before, or maybe I didn't hear this? I didn't hear anything. I wasn't listening at the door, guys. I didn't have my ear pressed against the door. Wasn't there something about like see me before you go?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
there
didn't miss
was.
that because time rolled back. That makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah. So I
Right.
mean, after that fine bottle of wine and meal that Thorn sent to the
Right,
room.
Warren, you really pulled it out of your pants with that one.
I don't know how it happened. I
Very
don't know.
impressive.
Just kind of like fell into my lap almost.
Right.
Next thing you know, he's gonna have the trail of rose petals leading to him on velvet sheets with a rose in his mouth, just like.
You'll have absolutely no idea how it happened.
Hey, Lynn, are you using your Blue Yeti?
Does it sound?
Yeah,
Crappy?
it sounds kind of clippy.
Oh, here. Is that better?
Yeah, I think
No.
so.
Thank you.
No, maybe.
That's a lot.
Cool.
That's a lot lower.
Oh. How about now?
Oh yeah.
And if I talk loud, does it clip?
Yeah, it's just a high gain. It sounds like.
It's like minimum gain, but it's so close to my mouth.
Okay.
All right. Shall we go to the inn, boys?
Yo, Astro Greens back in the chat.
No way,
Dude, that's 3 streams in a row. I'm just gonna make a quick pause here for Astro. I don't know if you heard our new additions to the stream, but there is direct ways that you can now help the viewers. We've implemented a cool feature called Sherathian Gold. You accrue Sherathian Gold through watch time, and you can redeem this for a bunch of different rewards that will help the players, whether it be a 1d4 healing. You see your balance, that's perfect. You can, that's awesome. You can cash for a +1 to skill check, get awarding a hero point, and etc. Oh, he's storing his gold in his foreskin. Good.
Yes. Yeah,
Raylan knows
Raylan
a thing or two
move.
about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a Raylan
The
move.
Raylan move.
He is stored in
yeah.
the balls. Gold is stored in the foreskin.
Right.
That's why I'm broke.
I was robbed.
And that's why I don't pee as much anymore.
Ah,
Oh man.
Or no, that's why I go more often.
One of the two.
Don't have the capacity that I used to have. Anywho, to the inn, boys.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
because your tank is smaller. No, you're right.
He's got half the size.
Yes.
On the way to the inn, I'm gonna make my way over to Kevin
Oh,
and put my armor on Kevin, and I'm gonna hand you back 75 gold.
oh.
And I'm just gonna tell you, brother, I don't think I'll be needing this, but thank you.
Are you sure? I mean, it's no problem.
Yeah, I don't think that's in the cards anymore.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if you ever need to borrow again, let me know.
I'm gonna put him in your hand, and I'm gonna hold your hand. I'm gonna look you in the eye, and I'm gonna go, I don't think I'm gonna need it again, man.
Okay.
One thing you guys notice as you're making your way down from the Palace District to in is a heavily increased amount of military presence within the city. You see troops of elves running down the road, and different garrisons marching, much more militarized than it was before.
I would like to specifically not mutter imprecations about elves under my breath as we pass them by.
Make a stealth check, please.
For not doing it. Okay.
I'd like to not say anything about their pointy ears.
And I'm not going to say anything about their friggin' pointy ears looking.
Or their resemblance to cutlery.
Bro.
Boy.
All right.
We're not saying that. That is canon that we're not
Yeah.
saying it.
We're not
Nobody
saying
said
it.
that.
What's that dice for? What's that dice?
Hey,
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
All right, you guys make your way over to Winans Inn.
oh,
We made it.
Think
It's not on fire.
It is
Yeah.
not, and it's in perfect condition, just like how you left it.
Where is Thorn?
Sorry,
Um,
it didn't load in properly.
Oh,
Think
sorry, maybe I
Thorn-
don't have your...
Thorn should lead our
More than
way.
a special errand.
you boys ready to wine and dine?
Yeah.
to wine and dine. Oh, that's a great catchphrase for this place.
Yeah, that's actually awesome.
Thorn, lead the way, brother.
No,
After
no,
you,
no,
Thorn?
you.
King.
No, you.
There's only one chieftain here, and he should go first.
I think I gave up that position a bit ago. And
There's only one
Tickler came
ex-chieftain
over.
here.
Wait, we're still calling him the chief? That's crazy. That's crazy.
oh my.
As you walk
so
in,
Kev-
you see some familiar faces. Most notably, Thalia is sitting at her regular table, eating alone.
Kevin's gonna walk by, go to the bar, tip his hat. Milady.
She nods in your direction and continues with her meal.
Like the fruitiest greeting.
Yes.
Thonker's at the counter, and he's gonna go, you know what, fellas? It's on me. And I'm gonna look at Mr. Wine in here, and I'm gonna go, look, man, I got 30 gold and my family heirloom warhammer here. Do you think that covers us for the afternoon?
I'd like to put my hand on Thonker's thigh as I'm sitting right next to him.
Oh,
And I'd like to say, hey, is everything all right, man?
I think we should all take a drink first.
All right. All right.
Winan nods and it admires the weapon brought forth and says, What kind of drink do you want, Master Dwarf?
How about dragon's breath?
Breath. Taste for the fine you have, I see. A shipment from Othrak just came in. Just a moment. He opens the door behind him. And comes back. And he
Been a while.
procures a beautiful bottle with intricate golden lacing around it and the molded head of a dragon on top. He puts it out and says, "This will be 50 gold, Master Dwarf. Are you sure you're willing to part with the coin?"
Yeah. Way I see it, might as well, you got it, spend it, right?
You can
This
see,
stuff is our biggest vice, man. We're spending so much money on Dragon's Breath.
first it was pixie
Like
dust.
our monthly expenditures are crazy.
He pushes the bottle over the weathered countertop and takes the sack of gold and counts out a stack of 50 gold pieces, making 3 stacks of coin. And he puts it away. He says, "Enjoy, gentlemen, and do be careful. These drinks have known to have a propensity to burn down fine establishments such as this, but I trust you'll be careful."
Yep. Yes, we will.
Kevin's gonna tip 3 gold.
He nods and goes back inside.
Raylan's gonna. Oh.
Too late.
Raylan was gonna say surprise. I'm the one really
God.
buying it, but he walked away.
Yeah.
So I couldn't.
Well, I'll pour everyone a shot of Dragon's Breath, and I'm gonna take the bottle and to the Pire Pals.
A limb,
To the Pire Pals.
kind of, you can see a limb behind Thonker, kind of eyeing him with the dragon's breath.
Did I give him a little?
You gave it to the
I gave
Pire
him a-
Pals. Is he part of the
Oh.
Pire Pals? I think
Yep.
that hasn't been cleared yet.
I'm gonna look at Kevin like, is this okay? All right, I'll pour a lemon shot too.
Thumbs up
first.
from the big man.
As you're pouring him a shot, I want to take. How high are the ceilings in here?
Oh boy, probably 20 feet.
I'm gonna take 12 feet of rope. Yeah, 12 feet of rope, and tie one end around Elim's waist securely.
I poured him a
Okay.
half shot.
Can you make a performance check for me, please, Kevin?
Sure. Sorry, I didn't have my thing up.
Nope, don't worry, it's in the chat.
Oh, gotcha. I clicked roll.
Does he have to not holds?
You clicked on the chat thing,
Yep,
and nothing happened.
correct.
Maybe F5, refresh your page.
Refreshing. It is taking a while.
You always have to
refresh
get a
here.
while to tie those knots, haven't you?
There we go. So it's you gave it to a limb, is that?
It's just whatever token
Oh,
I have
wait,
selected
here we
that
go.
pops up. Yeah.
There we go.
You're trained. You secure tie the knot, but your fingers are trembling with anticipation as you're about to take a sip of this fine drink, and it's maybe not your best work, but it looks secure enough.
All right, that'll do it. I'll pat a limb on the head and be like, just in case, buddy, just in case.
He goes, "Oh, no problem," and he holds up his horn with both of his hands, and it's as if he's holding a basketball, just the size to see between
Oh my
the elven cups and his little frail gnome form.
Nice. Well, to the Pire Pals then.
To the Pire Pals.
To the Pire Pals.
Cheers.
You all drink heartily, and you can all feel rumblings in your stomach as it goes down, hot and fiery, and flame erupts from each of your mouths. And Kevin's holding onto the rope, and suddenly the rope loses all of the slack that it has as it goes taut, and the little gnome blasts off as he's holding him like a kite, as fire protrudes from every orifice of a limb. He's and then he settles down and goes, "Oh," and his little red gnome hat that usually has a curve to it is sticking straight up.
Oh my!
That can't be illegal for gnomes.
This is a classy establishment. Unfortunately, we're not classy people.
Right? Never give a classless man a classy drink.
Guys, Thonker's gonna get real serious. Guys, I need to talk to y'all, all of you. See, ever since I read about Mount Myers back in Carlome, I felt there was more to the mountain. And in Morrow's Leaf, Barnum confirmed my suspicions. He told me this story about a great falling out between two great dwarven people, the Othronian dwarves and these guys known as the Darkfire dwarves. And it all centers around that forge. It's likely the reason the mountain erupted in the first place. But more than that, guys, I've been wondering if this quest I'm on with you guys is really my quest. I feel like I've been nothing but a hindrance lately. I mean, I didn't even realize, but I may have totally borked our relationship with the Fairy Queen there. And I just feel like this is an opportunity I can't pass up. And I
What
think
do you
it's
mean?
time. Bonk and I are going to take our leave and wander the mountain. I have to find the forge again, and I have to find the Darkfire dwarves. They're somewhere under this mountain.
But what about the quest?
What about the guys?
What about the
I
astral
know.
convergence?
I don't know if I'm an emissary, guys. I don't think I have what it takes. And I'm gonna throw back another swig of the dragon's breath.
Raylan would also like to swig, sympathetic swig, and he slams it down ready to say something.
Both of you look at each other, emotion-filled eyes, and you burp fire at one another, and the flames collide.
Hell yeah. I like
No,
to fist bump. I like the
Yeah.
fist bump Thonker.
Fuck yeah. I'll do a little explosion.
And I'd like to say, I'm hearing a lot of I language, and
Yeah.
I feel like you're taking it on yourself. But man, we were all there with you, and we're still here with you. We're a team, and regardless of what might have happened in Morrow's Leaf, we did that together. That was a collective effort. I could see if you went off, you did that yourself, but we're all a team.
I appreciate you saying that. It is a little weight off of my shoulders, but the fact remains, there's a forge in that mountain, and I have to find it. And yeah, no, sorry.
So no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I'm confident you guys will find some help along the way.
Why is he winking, guys?
Sorry, there was something in my eye.
So Kevin wants to go up to Thonker and have you made up your mind?
Fortunately, I have.
Well, whatever your decision is, I stand by you. Whenever you part here, at least, and I fuck it, I'm speaking on behalf of the group. Don't have any regrets or thinking that you did something wrong or you didn't do something. You were and always will be a intricate part of this machine. You're a founding member of the Pire Pals, and you came to be one of my best friends. When that first all went down with Gundren, you were the first one to speak up, to have my back, to confide in me in the weirdest time of my life. You were literally inside me at one point.
Well, yeah.
But know that I will for always treasure your friendship and brotherhood that we've had along the way. Do I have... Yeah, big hug, big hug.
Oh yeah, big hug.
Do I have anything on me that can help you in your journey?
No, this is a more of a. No, I don't think there is anything.
In a similar way, I'd like to lower my head for a moment and, looking up, ask, are you gonna need those boots of bounding?
Thonker is less sad and a little kind of taken aback. No, but I don't think I will. And I'm under my breath, you fucking bastard. No, yeah, I will. I will hand that, and my halberd. I hope you put both of those things to good use.
Hey, every time I swing and every time I bound, I'll remember you. And should we ever find you again in Raeninion or elsewhere, it's all yours, man.
Yeah. Well, while we're here, what else? Do you want my shirt off my back? Should I?
I'd like to make a check to see if he's being sarcastic.
Yeah, sure. Is there a sense? What's sense motive?
Would that be
Perception, maybe?
like some sort of social ability?
It's a perception check, yeah. You can click the perception there in the chat.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Oh shoot.
He's Thonker. He's been notoriously hard from the very first time that you met him at the inn back in Faerûn, along the trails where you encountered the Gundren's cart, through the caves of Cragmaw Hideout, picking rocks, blankly looking at the walls of caves. You've never really known what's truly gone on inside of Thonker's head, but he remains the same.
I just kind of stare blankly at him, trying to get a read.
I'm gonna go. I was joking. But yeah, no, this is Bonk and I are gonna make for the mountain, and I think we're gonna find something there. And this isn't goodbye forever; it's goodbye for now. You know.
All right.
I'm not dead, guys. Everybody relax. Jeez.
Right.
Aurelian's gonna pull out a small piece of quartz,
Oh, you.
and he's gonna look at Thonker and put a hand on his shoulder and say, Thonker, I'm proud to call you my friend. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to call and I will be there. You'll always have a place with us.
Thank you. Thank you. It feel a lot better knowing I've got a literal dragon at my back. So thank you. That means a lot. You guys are great.
As this is happening, you can see a limb holding Bonk with his two hands, and you can see his little bottom lip quivering, and you can see tears start to run down a limb's face as he's starting to slowly understand the implications of this move.
Sorry, little guy.
Fuck you, he says.
Yeesh.
Damn ninjas cutting onions.
Damn it.
Yeah. Bonk's gotta come.
The limb
Bonk's gotta come with me.
He pets
company.
He pets Bonk and says, I understand. And he gives Bonk a big hug and goes to stand next to Kevin.
And I'll put my arm around him in a consoling manner. Step over here, buddy.
I'm gonna go over to Toruk and Thorn and put a hand on each one of their shoulders. And
It's been a pleasure, Dwarf.
likewise, it was It was great having a fellow dwarf here with us, but I'm off to find more.
It'll be lonely without you, but I hope you find what you're looking for.
Thank you, Toruk. I'm gonna look up at Thorn. I'm gonna
Thorn's
go, man.
gonna look. Oh.
No, please.
Oh, Thorn's gonna look back and kind of in a awkward, too long, no talking, just goes, "Thanks, you know."
Yeah.
Just kind of rubbing his hands, sweaty, and just kind of.
Right on. And you know what? You've been very tall and very strong, man. So keep that up.
He just nods, looks at the floor, and puts his fist up.
I'm gonna also put my fist up. And all right, you know what, guys? I mean, I hate goodbyes. This has been the worst, but also the best. So I love you all, and until next time. And I'm gonna salute, and Bonk and I are gonna just book it out the door with the rest of the dragon's breath. Sorry.
All right. As he's as Thonker's reaching the door, Kevin's gonna turn and be like, in the best impersonation of the old Coca-Cola commercial starring Mean Joe Green with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's gonna go, "Hey kid, you're gonna need this," and I'm gonna take the key for the excavator that was in the mine from around my neck, and I'm gonna toss it to him.
I'm gonna put it to my chest and blow one final kiss to you all and run off.
All right. Thonker and Bonk walk out the door, and as you can see them pass through the thresholds to the elven city, you see Bonk turn back one last time.
Oh.
He cocks his head and follows in suit.
Kevin's going to start sadly playing "There Goes My Hero." Watch him as he goes.
Right as your friends leave the establishment, a gruff-looking man comes in. He's tall. He's got a large stature, and he looks as if he hasn't bathed in days. And he walks right up to the counter right next to Kevin, and he sort of looks for a barkeep and sees none, and turns over to Kevin and says, "You seen a leafy little fellow come through here? He's short. Got a weird hat on him. You can't miss him."
Leafy little fella? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but no, I haven't.
Well, plant-based. Made up of, I don't know. You sure?
You mean like a walking bush?
Yeah, of sorts.
Excuse me, it caught me off guard. I've never heard of such a thing. I apologize, sir, but I'll keep an eye out.
I'm right behind you, Tarth.
The man turns around, and you see this whole time a small, leafy little fellow had been at the corner of the bar.
What?
What the?
And I use quick draw, and I shoot him.
With a 35 to hit, that will hit. And as you're talking to him, Kevin, you see an arrow stick right through in between his eyes, and you see the life drain from his eyes. He goes, ugh, and slumps onto the bar and slides onto the floor.
Raylan looks over at the salad next to him and just pushes it a little bit further away.
What the fuck was that? And who are you?
I've holstered my crossbow. That fella there goes by the name of Tarth Hildrear, and he is a liar and a cheat, and he is wanted for the murder of a dice dealer in Sunshade. I have put this dastardly fellow out of his misery, and if you'll allow me, I will reach for his bounty in my pocket here.
I mean, I don't really give a shit either way.
I'm gonna
But yeah, go ahead.
bounty.
While he's doing that, I'd like to search the body.
Sure. You find 5 gold pieces and a rusted old sword that's been through better days for sure, and is of no use to you.
All right, I'll take the 5 gold pieces.
Nice.
That's
Glad
for
you found
scaring my kid.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You see a limb backed into the corner. Oh man, what was that? The salad's
that's
alive.
Don't call him a salad. I think he's a sheriff or something. Here, play with this. Give him the
No,
ball bearing.
that's quite all right. I've heard far worse.
All right, sorry there, Caesar. I don't know what's your name.
The name's Wyatt. Wyatt Herb.
Wyatt Herb. Ironic.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm gonna turn to Winan, and I'm gonna go, Mister, this here bounty's yours if you'd like to collect it. I don't care much for this, the afterwork. I'm gonna toss the thing to the bartender who's busy right now. And then I'm gonna turn to you guys, and I'm gonna go, well, howdy. Now you fellas strike me as a group that I've heard of. Group goes by the name of the Pire Pals. You heard of them?
That would be us.
Yeah, I thought as much. I ain't never seen a fucking lizard walking around on 2 feet that big. Wings out his back. The hell is that? You look like a dragon.
Aurelian's gonna look mildly offended. Yeah,
Oh, no.
like
I
I'm
mean,
no
you are
lizard.
quite the beast. I am impressed. I just ain't never seen one.
That's coming from a walking bush, I'll have you know.
Hey. A walking bush with a fine hat, and I will tip my...
Hey, compost pile. You may want to watch your tongue.
No, I meant no offense there, sir. I apologize
And
if I caused
You do
any.
have a rather impressive chapeau. I will not lie to you.
Thank you kindly.
Feeling a little jealous of Aurelian's distinct uniqueness. Raylan says, "Oh yeah, well, have you ever seen this?" And he goes to untie his.
Oh my god!
Sure.
I gotta put a hand on Raylan's wrist and be like, public.
Time and a place, Raylan. Time and a place.
Maybe another time. Maybe another time. You're not gonna believe it though.
I'm sure whatever you got under there is quite impressive yourself.
Speaking of which, the guy that's on the ground there is. Kevin's gonna drag him over to like Meow,
Okay.
and
Ruin the rug, why don't you?
yeah, he's gonna start disrobing him.
Nice.
As soon as you do this, Winan comes from the back and says, "What in the blazes is going on here? I told you! Dragon's breath is no good. It always ends this way, every single time. Unhand that poor man," he says to Kevin.
Oh yeah. The shrub killed him, and I mean, since he's not has any use for his clothes no more, I figured that I would give it to my friend who's wearing a bedsheet.
The color is all but drained from Winan's face, and he sort of looks towards the little leafy fellow with the hat and puts his hands up and says, "We don't store gold on premises. Please, I have nothing to give."
Now, sir, that is not my intention. And I will slowly pull the bounty back out of my coat, and I will slide the bounty across the table to him, and I will say, "This fella is a wanted man, and if you'd like to make up for the inconvenience we have caused, you may cash in that bounty."
He looks at you and, with a gingerly finger, he reaches out and looks at it. "You're part of the law, then, I suppose? Do you have jurisdiction in Raeninion?"
I'm gonna go, something like that, and flick my cap, and then just turn away from him and the rest of the group.
Winan says, "Please deal with that outside, and clean up this mess, for heaven's sake." And he walks back inside.
I'm gonna turn to Thorn. I'm gonna go, I ain't seen an orc ever in a elven city before. This is also a new one for me.
Somewhat new for me as well. Haven't been in too many elven cities myself.
And I'm gonna slowly kind of pace to the side and put myself between Thorn and the door with my hand slowly hovering over my hip. I'm gonna go, let me ask you something, orc.
Right.
Is it
Aurelian, seeing the tension, is gonna his hand is gonna start just drifting towards the hilt of his sword.
I only want to ask you one thing. Is it better to have been born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort?
The second.
That's a mighty fine answer. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing.
Why is this guy speaking in Dr. Seuss riddles?
He's pulling his leaf out. He's pulling his leaf out.
I'm gonna go over to Kevin and I'm gonna go, that is a fine hat, sir. As a connoisseur of hats, I would say that that's right up there in line with mine.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to have a bandana on you, would you?
I do, sir. And I pull the red sash from my neck. I untie my neck chief and I hand it to him.
For me?
I was assuming you were asking.
Oh, if it's no trouble, I was just curious.
Oh, you don't need this for anything?
What's that?
You don't need this for anything?
Oh, there's been this fashion idea I've had. Something fresh, a little bit different.
Let's see it.
Oh, okay. And Raylan, very he turns around, facing away from the group, and he kind of like flips his hair up a little bit and takes the bandana and ties it just at the hairline. Like the top of the bandana is where the hairline starts, and then and he ties it behind the back and turns to the group and says, "What do you think, guys?"
How does he look? Does it suit him?
He looks pretty good. If motorbikers were a thing in Sherathia, he would fit right in, but this is a style you've never seen before. And it's quite odd to have a neck hanky on the top of your head, but, you know, after the initial abrasion of a new fashion idea, it grows on you.
Okay. Searching for Mexicans.
So I look hard?
Rebellious.
That's up for the group to say. I can't make that statement.
Can I do a performance roll?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Just see how well I tie it. DC 30.
Oh, God.
Get your Sherathian gold ready, chat.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I do have a hero point, so. I'm gonna use a hero point.
So wait. You have a +9. If you roll a natural 20, that's the only way you can get this.
Risk it.
Hero point.
I would like to use a hero point.
Let's get that
This
nat
is
20.
cruel. This is cruel. Okay. Performance. Shoot. Here we go. Oh.
As you guys look, you can see that while originally it was tied taut, you can see that the knot is slowly given way and some of his hairs have kind of wiggled out of it.
Hey, why are you guys looking at me funny?
I like it.
There's a bit of a gap on your forehead.
Gap. And Raylan immediately rips the knot loose, pulls it from his head, and just kind of messes his hair up, and quickly, blushing, hands the handkerchief back to Wyatt. Says, "Thank you very much."
It's all right, y'all. Y'all got to try something once, right?
Yeah, thanks. It looks better on you.
Kevin's gonna go up to Raylan and hand him the clothes that he procured from the guy that doesn't need them anymore. Here you go, buddy.
Hey, say, you know, I'm kind of digging the feel right now of what I've got. maybe just for now this isn't entirely necessary, as long as I'm not breaking any laws.
Well, how about you wear what you want, but how about you just throw them in your pack, just in case we come into somewhere where you need pants.
That sounds all right. And Raylan accepts and stuffs it into his pack.
Which pack?
Did I stutter?
Well, there's a couple that Raylan has now, so I'm just curious.
Right.
Do I need to say the words again?
The prison wallet is super
The hobbit
accessible.
hole?
Yeah, you've been known to have different orifices for keeping things, so I feel like clarity might be required.
Are you
So-
putting it in your foreskin?
Hey, that's a new one.
As Kevin hands that and sees Raylan shove it in somewhere, he's gonna go, "Psst, hey,
The violent.
good. I'm gonna walk over to, yeah. So,
What?
Wyatt, what do you do?
I do all kinds of things. I used to be a guide out in the Wishard Plains, where I was born and raised. But it's not about what I've done. It's about what I'm gonna do. No, I'm just kidding. But, way I see it, fate has brought us all here today. Y'all said you were the Pire Pals, is that correct?
Yep.
Now, I heard y'all were after that son of a bitch, dirty, rotten, good for nothing. I spit on the ground. Thraglubor. I hate to even say his goddamn name. Is that true?
Where do you know Thraglubor from?
Oh. How much time we got?
Another 3 hours and 8 minutes.
Well then, get comfy. No, basically, Thraglubor took everything from me. Sunshade used to be a beautiful place, and he was sent there by that other dirty, rotten son of a bitch, Ilvazor. I spit on the ground again.
Raylan moves his foot out of the way.
You notice that the spit is dark with little pieces of chewing tobacco as he spits on the ground.
So basically, okay. And if I overheard correctly, sounds like a friend of yours just hightailed it out of here. You know, adventuring's not for everybody. So if I'm not mistaken, you're a man down, I'm a man on a mission, y'all have a mission. The way I see it, we help each other out here. I help you in your endeavors, whatever groups of adventurers do. And,
What's
you
in
get
it
me
for
to
you,
Thraglubor.
Wyatt?
I want a shot at that rotten, no good, family killing bastard, Thraglubor.
Mr. Wyatt Herb, do you have a dog?
Negative.
Real
Listen here.
Real shame.
What?
Listen
That's it,
here,
'cause-
Herb.
Yes, sir.
When you referenced our brother that left our party and you said adventuring's not for everyone,
Yes, sir.
don't you ever speak those words again.
I apologize.
He has done more good in his lifetime, or in this last week, than you will ever do in your lifetime.
Yes, sir.
And he was adventurer to a T. Now, I highly suggest, if you want to get in our good graces and remain there, you watch your tongue. And also, this is an establishment where women are present. Grab yourself a napkin and clean your chew spit up off the floor. Find yourself a spittoon to spit in.
You make a fine point there, sir. About as good a point as your hat there. And I appreciate that, and I respect that. You're a man with gumption. I meant no offense. And I apologize for what I said about your friend, and I apologize to the beautiful women of this establishment for
As you
My
say
savage
that,
boy.
and you look around, you notice that Thalia is absent.
Oh,
There was women
Thorn's still
present.
here. Oh,
Oh no.
Thorin's also got no.
Well, I will clean up my dip spit. Now that that's out of the way, what do you say?
What's
In the
happening?
middle of him talking, Kevin's just gonna turn and start walking away. Hey, Thorn,
What?
where did she go, bro?
I don't know. I sat down for a second, ate a little bit, went over here, was doing cheers with the buddies.
Well, gotta go find her, dude.
I
This
didn't
is it.
even
This
notice
is your
when
moment.
she left.
Well, go upstairs and she was in room 7.
I don't know. That's
Go knock on.
forward.
Go knock on the door. If you've never trusted me with anything, trust me on this. Just go up. Remember that note she gave you?
But does she still know me? Are we like she?
Yeah.
recognized-
Yeah. She.
So this wouldn't be like I just know her room number and she doesn't know who.
No, you know her room number. You were there.
Hmm,
She gave that note.
right.
You talked to her in the doorway.
Yeah.
Go find her, bro.
I don't. We have a new member though, and he's a little sus when it comes to orc stuff. I don't know. I'm a little bit.
I don't give 2 shits about Mr. Garden Salad with a side of balsamic over there. Okay? Nobody is interfering with the Pire Pals and their missions. This is your mission.
My mission. It's a big mission.
Complete your mission, brother. Now pat him on the shoulder.
Thorn's gonna get weak in the knees. Start getting very sweaty on his back.
I'm gonna smack him on the back and say, "Go get her, Tiger."
Wyatt in the back is gonna go. Good luck, big fella. Sorry.
Thorn's just gonna kind of look back with a stink eye. Fully
After-
snaps out of the nerves.
Alright.
After hearing "Go get him, Tiger," a limb's gonna go. Ow.
All right, Thorn makes his way upstairs.
I put on my wizard robe and hat. No.
Kevin is just gonna position himself at the bottom of the stairs.
Hey, Wyatt, I guess we still haven't answered your question, hey?
That's all right. I got all the time in the world, brother. I live on sunlight.
Isn't it a little dark out?
Well, you know, the sun will rise.
Hey, I like that attitude.
Yes, sir.
Are you
so I got-
photosynthesizing?
Not at this current conjuncture, but I will in the morning.
He's pulling
Every
his leaf
day.
out. He's pulling his leaf out. He's photosynthesizing.
I'm gonna prune.
Hey, Wyatt, if I've got a pipe, is that offensive to you?
Absolutely not. In fact, and I'm gonna reach down into one of my boots, and I'm gonna pull out a little clump of pipeweed, or the lush leaf. I've been growing myself.
Is that your foot?
Well, more of my ankle. It
Oh,
was you know,
He's
freeze.
a cannibal.
you want to split it?
Absolutely.
You got a pipe?
Well, that's not how I consume. And I'll give you
Oh.
yours, and I'll pack myself a fat lip.
Oh, all right. I take out my. Don't I have a fancy pipe?
I believe you do. Yes.
Yeah.
Shoot!
Is it? But do you still have it?
It burned up in the lava.
Oh, that's right.
Oh no!
Well, that's
That
all
probably
right.
hurts the most.
Oh,
I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you something new. Here, you take the leaf in the palm of your hand, you fold it over twice, and then long ways once, and you stuff it in the bottom of your lip there.
Raylan stuffs it in the bottom of his lip.
You suddenly begin to feel lightheaded. You place a hand down on the bar and you kind of put your hand in your head in your hands, and you feel sweaty, and the world starts to spin around you.
This isn't going so well for me, man. I take it out, and maybe I can use this later.
All right, that's fine. All right. You want to hold on to it, or?
Yeah, I'll hold on to it, and Raylan gently places it between his exposed cheeks.
Oh, that's even worse. I would not put it there, sir. That's gonna go straight into your bloodstream.
Raylan doesn't hear
Kevin's
that.
Gonna call a limb over to him. You don't need to see this, son.
What are they doing, Dad? He says.
They're doing grown-up things, and I'll tell you about it when you're older.
Okay.
When you don't have a backpack, you've got to improvise.
It's called butt chugging.
Nice.
Oh man, woo! I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm just tapping my fingers on the thing, just kind of looking back and forth at everyone, happily. What's the word, gentlemen?
Well, we're gonna hang out and wait for a little while.
I love waiting.
How about you try to get on our good side and buy us a drink?
Hell yeah, brother. I'm planted on this here seat. I can wait all day.
All right. Love it.
I'm gonna nudge Raylan. I'm gonna go planted. I'm planted. All right.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like it.
Hey, Wyatt.
Yes, sir.
I just want to let you know, and it's completely up to you. Don't let me try to influence you at all. We sort of have a tradition here within the Pire Pals. Whenever we meet somebody that's going to be with us for a while, or when somebody leaves, usually that person buys a bottle of Dragon's Breath to share with the party.
See.
But would be open to whatever you have to try to, win us over here.
10-4. I'm not a man of money. Money is the corrupter of the soul. But what I do have is a dead gentleman worth quite a bit of money, and I believe that should suffice. There, Mr. Winan, is he around?
Winan looks at you and says, I believe that bounty was going to me as condolences for the mess you created.
Well, yes, well, ain't that funny? It seems I'm in quite a bit of a bigger mess now, ain't I? How about this? That is a substantial amount of money. Perhaps one round of drinks?
Winan looks at the bounty and says, how good are the people of Sunshade to cash this in?
Oh, they're good. You tell them my name, they'll cash it that moment.
Well, it's worth 100 gold. Tell you what, if you can cash this in for me, I'll take 20 gold and you can all drink for free.
Deal.
He gives you a nod and says, we're all out of Dragon's Breath, I'm afraid. And he goes under the counter and he pulls out a big pitcher of ale and pours it into all of the horns in front of him and says, drink up, chaps.
Hearing Wyatt suggest that plants possibly have souls, he pushes the salad even further away.
That's funny.
Aurelian is gonna, he's gonna take a sip on his ale, and he's gonna turn to Wyatt. And he's gonna say, "So Wyatt, being, as herbaceous as yourself,
Yes, sir.
how do you feel about gardeners?"
Now, funny you say that. I've done a lot of thinking about this in my years, and see, I have a lot of respect for gardeners. And now I know that is a hot take. But you got to understand, the gardeners are like the law of nature. right? They bring order to an otherwise lawless place. Without a gardener, everything would be overgrown. How you gonna walk on your sidewalks if it's all overgrown? You're gonna trip on the vines. I know, I'm got vines in me.
Wyatt
myself.
Herb, I think you and I are gonna be friends.
I felt that the moment I saw you, Torque.
I think you and I are gonna be friends.
Aurelian is with every word, he's just looking more and more suspicious.
Now, however y'all feel about him, that's up to you. I respect that too. Just me, personally, I think that they do some good in the world. And they don't deserve all the hate that they get.
Sampirius,
Yes, sir.
I would like to perform a perception check on Mr. Wyatt Herb, and I'd also like to perform a nature check to try to identify him.
Sure.
All you gotta do is
Your
ask.
perception check. So 24. I'm not going to require a nature check. You know him to be a Leshy. Leshy are interesting folk, and he's particularly a leaf Leshy, as you can see. And you know that they're guardians and emissaries of the environment. They're immortal spirits of nature, temporarily granted a physical form. And the leaf Leshy variant, they're made mostly from natural foliage, like a leaf tumbling from a tree. They land their falls with particular grace.
So, Wyatt,
And tip my hat to Kevin.
I have, I like to use spells a bunch whenever we get into fights. And one of my favorite spells is Fireball. Have you heard of Fireball before as a spell?
I have heard of Fireball. It's not my favorite, and I'm sure you can guess why.
I was just going to ask, do I need to be extra mindful around you with Fireball, or
No, sir.
do you not mind taking some, or tinging a few leaves, as they say?
Goes with the territory. Don't
Okay.
worry about me none. I've seen a lot worse. Sunshade.
Gotcha.
The sun is like a giant fireball over the dunes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that being said, you know, it does, it is quite effective against me. So,
Do
maybe
you ever
be
have
as careful
to?
as you can be.
Do you ever have to stop by like some good soil? Like, does good tilled soil, standing in that, does that feel good?
That it does. However, I don't need it. But when I come across some good soil, it puts a shine in my boots. That's for sure.
You know, in a past life, I was a farmer, and I have to say, I almost feel that too sometimes.
Beautiful. What did you farm?
I prefer not to get into it. Actually, it's a bit
That's
of a.
I'm not. I don't pry. I'm not a.
It's a bit
But
of a
if-
sore subject.
Fair. My apologies.
Hey, maybe a tale for another time.
Fair enough. You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Hey, I've already. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah.
We're in public, Raylan.
I cinch the little like cord around my waist a little extra tighter.
Well, I see Thorn has come back to the party. Hey, buddy.
What's up?
I
What's
didn't
up
see
with
any
you?
bulls.
Nothing much.
You're looking proud of yourself over there across the bar. What'd
I
you get
am.
up to?
Couldn't tell you, man. It was a
Aurelian is gonna look at Thorn, and he's gonna. Well, he doesn't have eyebrows, but he has a brow ridge, and he's gonna bounce that a little bit. Go.
Did you find her up there?
No, things went great. Yeah.
Perception check.
Oh, DC 15.
Nice.
Things went pretty good.
High five.
We should do something. Head out and move on from here. You know, it's a good day.
All right.
You're
Okay.
keen to get out of here, aren't you, huh?
No, I'm just ready for.
I ain't a
ready
one-night
for a
kind of
blast.
man. I've heard that before.
The
I'll come
old
back- I'll come
smash and
back
dash,
here
as they say.
Love him and leave him. Is that what that kind of
No. I'm a gentleman.
That's why we're getting out of the bar so fast. Is that
No,
the case?
we just got things to do. I don't know what to tell you. It's a great day.
All right.
Things
Hey,
to
All right.
I ain't
do.
one to-
Hey guys, I'm actually I'm remembering something. Remember how I told you guys about when I died, about the things that I saw? I think I'm remembering a few extra things that happened. And I need to tell you guys now before I forget. So I said I saw the Lushlands. I actually it felt like I had just woken up, and guys, I'm Anzor Lightstride. There was this strong sense of realization that it's the past astral emissary. I grew up in Egladris, and I was told by a wizard there that the stones that we were watching after may have secrets that could be unlocked. It was the Isles, the Stratumos Isles, and I remember this feeling of familiarity with you guys, like I'd seen you all at the council, and I remember this memory of going to the Stratumos Isles, but that's all I've got right now. But I just had to share that with you guys. I just remembered.
Wow. That's big.
Huge.
Good on you, man.
Yeah.
One by one, we're learning who we were.
I've always wanted to go there. I always heard of them floating islands. Wow, that sounds pretty cool.
Well,
I'm sorry, that's all I remember, but I can tell you I've always wanted to go there too.
We should do
okay.
it.
Well, yeah. Hey, before we go, Whining, do we have any open tab, or is everything? Are we all square with you, sir?
He says, you should be square so long as this bounty comes through.
Okay.
Don't cross me, Master Plant.
I would not dream it, sir. And I'll pick a little wildflower from like kind of where my neck is a little bit and place it on the counter for him.
Wynan looks at it and says, you are of pure heart. Good night, gentlemen. The bar is closing, but feel free to continue chatting. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Well, should we take a rest up in our room before we head out?
Right.
Sounds good to me. Get some Z's and head out.
Okay.
Seems
I could use
best
the rest.
to rest up before we start another journey, especially as one of us has exerted himself.
Yeah. Hey, Wyatt.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how do you sleep?
Well, there's a fine bougainvillea growing up the side of this building here. That's where I've been shacking up.
All right. Well, we're gonna go to sleep, and we'll, I guess, call you in the morning.
I'll be around.
All right.
Sure as the grass.
Oh, this guy's great.
You guys all make your way over to your room, and you retire for the evening. Putting the long day's work behind you. What's that, really?
I can't believe it's canon that Thorn did that. That's part of Sherathian history.
What do you mean? What did I do?
Okay, you guys can all take a long rest.
All right.
And you wake up in your rooms with the sun peeking through the window, and the window is left ajar, and the crisp smell of the forest air comes through, waking you up. And Torak, you miss the caves. This fresh air is beginning to wane on you and get on your nerves. You can't help but feel a little bit grumpy this morning as you get up.
So Kevin's gonna wake up, and the first thing I'm gonna do is go close the window, and be like, "Guys, what do we think about Caesar salad over here?"
I love that.
I like him. It feels a little like we're not replacing Thonker, but he sounded like he's gonna be gone for a while, and we really could use another person.
Yeah.
And I mean, this guy, he's not a bad shot either. We could use him.
Yeah. Torak, what do you think?
I don't suppose he's much one to go underground like the rest of us.
Huh.
But with his photosynthesis and all sorts of plant features that he's been born with.
But he loves gardeners.
I cannot deny that's a very unique feature that he has. Whatever gets us on the road sooner. It's like this fresh air we've been breathing.
I mean, do we all vote to have him come with us, or do we sneak out the back door?
I'm willing to give him a chance. Even though he likes gardeners.
Okay. Torak, what were you saying about?
Even though.
All right. Thorn?
I'm sure we can correct him.
I don't know about him. Seems very suspicious. Seems almost hateful to certain groups.
Well, it is the 200s, you know. It's a different time. Raylan, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I was a farmer. It's cool to talk to a plant, I've got to say.
All right. Well, hey, by the way, I'm sorry, I forget. What kind of farmer were you?
Oh, yeah, we've talked about this. It's personal outside of this group, but I used to farm chickens, and so we would grow feed for them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know me, and yeah, it's a whole thing.
Hey, yeah, I still want to... So without getting into that too much, was there an incident on the chicken farm that caused your hatred or fear of chickens?
Yeah, but hey, we're talking about the plant right now, right?
Oh yeah, no. I just want to bit by bit trying to unwrap you like a present. But okay, yeah.
Just
so
picture a dragon. Give it feathers. It was like I'm not gonna give more detail than that right now.
a dragon with feathers, so like Aurelian in a feather costume.
Like we give the tar and feathers treatment to old Aurelian here.
Raylan visibly shudders, and you see the color slowly drain from his face as he looks over at Aurelian and imagines it. And he goes silent.
You hear the echoings of "Baka" in your mind.
All right. So I propose a vote. All those in favor of bringing the plant with us, raise your hand.
I guess so.
All right. I'll allow it.
All those opposed?
It's okay, Thorn. I can't see. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent. You know, if he comes with, he does, and I'll sort it out.
Okay. All right. Well then.
We'll see if he can hack it.
As long as we're in agreement, Kevin will go over to the window and lean his head, open it, lean his head out. Herb, we'll catch you downstairs in 2 minutes.
What?
Yep.
Dave, what?
Yeah, Kevin will go and exit.
Okay.
Oh.
As you come downstairs, you notice a face that has no business being where it is. A familiar face. A dwarven face with a great beard, putting back gallons of ale early in the morning, as only a dwarf can.
Dhutael
Kevin.
Stoneshield.
Kevin will walk by and be like, hey there, traveler. Guess you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning, huh?
The dwarf looks at you and spits out the mouthful of ale that he just put and says, "By the stonework! Is it really you? The Pire Pals! What brings you to Raeninion? Of all places! I can't imagine you've been treated very, amicably here. I thought I had it bad as a dwarf, but a dragon rolls into town. How have you been? I haven't seen you since, would have been back in winter."
Up to stuff. Visibly confused. Kevin's like, we're getting used to people recognizing us and stuff like that. And is there like a napkin or anything in front of him? Or
Yeah.
a piece of paper?
Napkins are placed at the table.
Okay, so Kevin will grab one of the clean napkins and he'll pull out a pen, like, "Yeah, you don't got to pretend to know us, friend, and I'll just sign you an autograph anyway." And puts an autograph down and hands it to him.
Dhutael looks at you and says, "You seriously? You don't remember who I am? I was the one who introduced you to Ames back in Korra."
Sorry, friend. There's been a lot of bottles of dragon breath since.
Of course we remember you. Of course, you defended us in court. Of course.
He looks at Torok and says,
Oh yeah.
"Well, at least a dwarf knows. I would expect better
Dwarf, no
from you."
dwarf.
Yeah, sorry.
you
The
here?
dragon's breath here was super strong. Had a hell of a night.
I see. I suppose that can be forgiven, but it's nothing like the dragon's breath back at the Drunken Gnome Inn, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Sorry for that, friend. I'll grab another napkin, sign another autograph, and be like, "Hey, put that one on Sherathian Bay."
He takes it and
Try to get
crumples
some
it
coin for it.
and throws it down and says, "I think I'll be okay." And he looks to see a limb behind you and he says, "Oh, I see your little kite friend is still around and kicking. Last time I saw him, he was about 10 feet up in the air with fire coming out of his ass."
Yeah, he's grown a bit. He can get up to 12, at least 12 feet now.
The limb peers around and says, "Hello, Mr. Stoneshield."
And then I'll put my hand on Stoneshield's back in a friendly manner and be like, "I'm just messing with you, Mr. Stoneshield. How have you been?"
Diplomacy check,
My
please.
mouse is ready.
You knew it was coming.
Oh yeah. Oh.
He looks at you and says, "Dwarves don't forget, lad." And he looks at Torok and gives him a nod.
And as he's getting ready to say that, Kevin will utter out to Samperius, "Hero point."
Please use your hero point. Give it another roll. With a
Oh.
9 critically succeeding, Dhutael looks at you and says, "Oh, I knew you couldn't forget me. You two would be in the Stoneshield the Scorched Penitentiary if it weren't for my help. I'm glad you remember. Tell me,
Absolutely.
what brings you to Raeninion?"
I think Raylan would be better suited for that. I have a horrible headache. I need to get a little hair of the dog, if you know what I mean. So, excuse me, sir.
He looks over to the hobbit and says, "Good grief, man, your arse is hanging out."
Yeah. Woo! I kind of wrap the cape that I'm wearing backwards a little bit around my sides to hide my impressive thighs. And I say, "Oh, it's a long story Dhutael. I'm sorry for any indecency.
Sorry, 1 second.
Raylan's just tapping his foot.
All right, chat. We're gonna take this moment to remind you that
Pyrrhus was in the washroom.
to remind you that subbing with Amazon Prime is free.
Hey.
Ad break. Yeah.
And we're back.
Dhutael looks over and says, "You might mind getting yourself covered up. I can't imagine the elves will be too friendly. Wynan has been too lenient with the crowd that comes in. I think his business isn't doing the best."
I think I haven't gotten any trouble for it yet. So I don't think the guards don't seem to mind.
He looks at you and rests his chin on his fist. And he says, "You mean to tell me you haven't gotten into any trouble at all in Raeninion? Is that so?"
Wow.
Well, not recently.
Not because of exposed ass cheeks.
Between you and me, Dhutael, and Raylan leans in really close and he says, "It takes the attention away from,
From what, lad? You've got a lovely set of hair there.
Raylan blushes a deep red and he goes, "Yeah, I was just messing with you. You didn't have to say that."
He puts his thick, meaty hand on your shoulder and says, "Don't worry about it, lad. It's perfectly natural. In fact, I've been afflicted with the same thing." And he peels his hairline back and says, "It's a toupee." Puts it down.
Where'd you get that? It
In
looks so
Auckland.
good.
Next time you swing by, give me a call. I'll hook you up.
Oh, I've got to. Oh man, I dap him up. I dap up Dhutael.
Perception check for erections. Perception check for erections.
Perception check.
The AC is like 5 with my backwards cape.
Right, yeah, with your cape.
Or DC.
There are no noticeable erections to be seen.
Man, I thought he would have been hard as a rock after hearing that. Yeah, well, that's when you think you know somebody.
Dhutael says, "Genuinely, please answer me. What are you doing here? I haven't got long. I have to be going, but I'd love to hear about your adventures."
Well, as you know, we're still on the search for the stones.
Aye.
And that search has brought us here.
And any luck with them? Last we talked,
We're
in the
making
council.
slow progress.
Glad to hear it. Well, you
Yes.
best be getting out of this city. Seems that the elves have enacted some sort of martial law. Murmurings of orc attacks and raids along the paths. It's not safe out there these days. There's a darkness gathering. Trouble's brewing, I tell ya. Stay away with
A
it.
dark?
That's what they say. If I were you, I might
What
find
brings
some
you here?
solitude in Othron, where the fighters are great and the mead is even greater.
I long for the day, my friend. This air makes me sick.
I can't stand it myself.
I thought I heard
What
of
brings you
vicious.
here, though?
I thought I heard a vicious orc raid ongoing yesterday. Actually, it sounded like it was coming from upstairs.
Aye, lots of raping and pillaging, I hear. Nasty business.
Consensual rape. It was consensual.
Holy.
Oh man.
Oh,
agree,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
I
You
think-
know, the
I
very
think we
distinct
should-
sounds of sugar walls getting busted down.
They're thin.
Othron sounds like a great idea. Raylan says impulsively.
Aye.
Why?
Well, it's just the dragon's breath there is really good.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we could visit the old stomping grounds and oh yeah.
He says, speaking
And
of
there's,
old stomping grounds, whatever ended up happening to that house you guys own?
We still own it.
I haven't done much with it.
You didn't hear about the rezoning laws happening in that Littlefoot Lane, did ya?
Hell no.
Oh, what do you mean rezoning laws?
Oh no.
I
Surely
don't
a
know
house we
exactly.
own
I've just
does.
heard rumors. I haven't been back to Othron in quite a while.
Oh, what did you hear?
Well, there's just been some municipalities that have done some votes, different zoning laws, bureaucracy, how that works. I try and keep my head out of it.
Civic business.
Exactly.
How long has it been since we've been in Othron?
It's got to be months. Back in Christmas was the last time I saw you.
Oh,
So it's the middle of the year.
All right. Well, we shall be cracking on. Shall we go to Othron, or should we go?
Where is the floating islands?
To the south.
Stratumos Isles.
You have a dwarven break.
Dhutael looks at you and says, "Gentlemen, it was a pleasure meeting you happen chance like this, but I best be going. Have to be off to Alperion. Got the last permit for the airship outside the city. Best of luck."
Be well, dwarf.
Airship.
Airship.
What's
Hey,
that?
while you're going on your way out, think we could hitch a ride?
Oof, I don't know if you might attract more attention than I need. It's not easy for a dwarf to get outside of Raeninion, especially with these forged papers between you and me. They're not handing out permits to anybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you need a great crew to run a good airship.
The fact of the matter is, lad, I don't. But I appreciate it.
Maybe.
Okay. We need help.
Well, now it comes out. Why didn't you say that in the first place?
Because I was trying to keep some sense of masculinity upon myself. But I am also a man who's growing and understands that it's okay to ask for help sometime. Mental health isn't a joke, kids.
He looks at you and says, "You've wised up, little halfling. Remember, check your pride at the door. It'll always do you well. I suppose you might be able to come with me, but I'm heading to Alperion. I'm not sure if that's the same place you are."
It is at least in the same direction.
Yeah. Where are we going? The Stratumos Isles?
A little bit further.
Yeah, a little bit further, but it gets us part of the way.
Suppose we could rent your airship, and we could drop you off there and come back to pick you up when we're done.
He says, "You always were the jokester, weren't you?"
The last time we had an airship, it did not end well.
We've leveled up since then. We'll be okay.
We can take that dragon.
Right. We've shown a lot of success against dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? 3 dragons seen, 1 dragon killed, 1 player lost.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 out of 3.
It's a great
too
dragon.
bad.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey! I scared off that one dragon.
Oh, exactly.
That one wasn't even a full grown.
We have successfully thwarted the encounter of a dragon 100% of the time.
Dhutael's probably horrified.
Yeah.
hearing
What do you mean by dragons? You're talking about this guy, aren't you? And he points to a relic.
No. Anyways, so do you think you could give us a ride?
I suppose, but you have to keep a low profile. These elves are nasty business, I tell you.
Aurelian pulls up his hood. It doesn't cover his snout. He's still kind of...
Very inconspicuous, that one, he says.
He still just towers over everyone and is...
He says, "Well, I'm leaving now, so if you plan on coming with me, you best get on with it." And he
We always plan on coming, so...
Hey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like Thorn did.
Yep. All right, gents.
Oh, howdy. Top of the morning to you.
Sweet. Well, let's
Yeah.
head out then.
Dhutael, this is our new associate.
Associate, you keep
Wyatt Herb.
contact with plants, I see. That's
Howdy.
interesting. Good to meet you, Master Plant. He's a
Been a
leafy
fine day
fellow,
to you.
isn't he?
I'd describe him the same way.
He he kind of brushes off the appearance of this new plant-based life form, and he carries off at a brisk pace northwards. And as you follow him, he walks all the way around up towards the palace district from the way that you came. But rather than going to Kinmanor Keep, he goes all the way down to the airship docks. And as you walk past the Hall of Songs towards the airship docks, you can see airships coming in, taking off, and also docking, as well as griffins. There's nests in between each of the different ports where the airships dock, and griffins beat their great wings as they come down and nest. And you can tell, as he approaches, guards put their halberds in front of him. And you can see him sort of talking, and he presents his permit, and he said, yeah, you'll just see that right there. And he looks behind you, and, yep, nope, that's signed by Kinmanor himself. That's right. Yeah, listen, I got to get going. I'm on quite the tight timetable here. And the elves look at him and say, very well, be on your way, Master Dwarf. But I don't see anything for guests here. Dhutael says, no, it's a stipulation. That's what they call it, I think. That's right, a stipulation. They'll be fine. Trust me, I've got it. Don't worry about it. And the elves kind of gruffly look at him and say, be gone. Airships are closed as of yesterday. And he says, right this way. And he beckons the Pire Pals onto his airship.
Hey.
And
we won't miss this one.
Looks very it looks a lot more mechanical than the airships that you are used to seeing. You've never really seen something of such this is almost reminiscent of gnomish make, similar to the excavator, the drilling machine that you guys saw back when you were in the depths of Mount Myerst. And Dhutael Stoneshield gets to working and making the preparations, hoisting the rigging, and says, well, don't just stand there, make yourself useful. And he starts barking orders at all of you. And the airship shudders to life as you can hear some sort of mechanized engine as the ship slowly begins to take off. And as you look around you, it's astounding that this hunk of metal and wood can somehow displace enough air to keep itself buoyant. And despite all the odds, it does. And the airship takes off and sets forward. He says, set a course for El Perion! And he begins to fly.
El Perion. Where is El Perion?
Southeast. Just a little bit.
Gotcha.
Me and Aurelian are gonna do that scene from Titanic. See, we're at the front of the boat here.
Torek just holds him, and as you go to spread your arms out, Aurelian, you spread your wings, and the wing catches it and blows you backwards, tumbling onto Torek.
D4 damage.
I'd like to see art. Sorry.
What'd you say?
I'd like to see art of them doing a Disney landing, you know?
Yeah, we need our on-demand art renderer back.
Yes. Yeah, we need them.
Dhutael says, Master Halfling, would you mind watching the wheel for just a wee moment, please?
Which one?
The bald fellow. I mean the one with the luscious cheeks.
Hey, spoken like a dwarf with a true head of hair.
Aye, nothing but, he says.
And I
As Raylan walks by, Kevin slaps him on the ass.
It makes a very crisp, clean slap sound.
Yeah, it's like a clean sound.
Dhutael spends a few minutes below deck and comes up and says, who's been eating the rations? Fess up. I won't be mad if you come clean now. Who was it?
Who's been...
We just got here.
Yeah, None of us.
He looks to Torok and says, "Your belly's grown, lad."
I haven't. You're saying that. We just got on here hours ago.
Yeah, it's been a few hours and I thought I saw you sneaking off up above deck.
I was up at the front of the deck with Aurelian, and he can attest to it.
His eyes gaze to Thorn. "What were you doing, Master Orc?"
Oh, sorry. There we go. There. I kind of rub off some some food.
Oh
No.
No.
He says, "You've managed to eat half of the trip's entire supply of rations in an hour. How is it possible? There's no way."
I mean, I didn't do it, but if I did do it, then it was probably because I was super nervous and had really big reasons as to why I would do it if I did do it.
I believe him.
You'd think he'd mellow out a bit, but
Sounds like a good
apparently
alibi to me.
He worked up an appetite.
He looks at the orc and says, "What did you eat, orc?"
I didn't, but if I did, it was probably all the like top shelf foods, you know, for celebration kind of things. I mean, like orcs aren't supposed to be in the air, so I'm not saying I did it. I'm just saying there's reason for it if I did.
"What did you eat, lad?"
Do I actually have to give specific foods? Or?
Did you eat something? I don't know if you did.
Well, yeah, I went for it. I don't know, whatever they got on this boat. I mean, on this airship. What's like you know, steak and potatoes level.
"We don't have steak, lad." "He didn't eat it. Who took the rations?"
It wasn't me.
"Well, of course."
I've never been this close to the sun.
You just see Wyatt. He's just photosynthesizing. Every leaf on his body is upturned, just plugged in. He
Right.
looks and he says, "If I am to believe you, then there might be a stowaway on board. Go and investigate it while I hold the wheel."
Oh shit!
oh,
We're gonna head down.
yeah.
Raylan's backwards cape is flapping in the wind.
Right, that's true.
Can you all put your tokens together, please?
Oh, where's the downstairs?
Right here.
All right.
You all make your way below deck.
Oh,
Wow.
And you see the captain's quarters behind you, and you can see Dhutael's notes. And you can see that the shelves are lined with boxes that presumably he's selling for the Othronian treasury and transporting.
I'd like to check these like grate things here.
Yeah, smart.
I'm going to get a perception check, please, from you.
While he's doing that, Sam, this might be a stretch, but would this work in the boat?
Sorry, I don't think it's not in the wilderness. This is very much a mechanized environment.
10-4.
You rolled a 25. Raylan, you see crumbs are coming from the captain's quarters behind you, down below the grates.
Bending over, peering deep into the grates, I say, "Hey guys, look, I've got it!" And I'm on my hands and knees, like
You all see a brown hobbit hole greeting you.
As he bends over, does his hairline flap up a little bit?
It's hard to say. You can't see him, and even if it did, you would be solely distracted on the hobbit hole in front of you.
It works. It works.
I guess you're right.
So there's a trail here, guys.
Yeah,
check
we
it out.
can see.
It's what we call a love trail.
Little treasure trail going on there. I don't know,
Holy smokes.
I lost the salve of slipperiness in the lava, so you better be careful with that.
Well, in keeping up with the new TikTok memes, I guess I just have to hawk and spin on that thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, goodness.
I'm just kidding.
Nice.
At what point?
yeah.
At what point does the stream get banned?
When we actually have viewers. And there's a
Right.
Yeah.
Astra's not gonna snitch. So
Yeah,
it's
if
okay.
Astro snitches,
Yeah,
we're
no.
in big trouble. But he's our only viewer, so
Astro's no snitch.
Astro's a real one.
Alrighty. I'm gonna lift up the grate.
Please make an athletics check for me.
I can probably do that.
I ain't saying
Hey,
nothing,
you
says Astro.
Oh, Blaze 2. Not
Blaze
a
2.
word. Not a
Yeah.
word.
Critical success.
As you go to brace yourself for lifting up this metal iron grate, you're surprised at how easy it is to lift up, and you realize that this has been opened a few times recently, and it goes
Okay.
down to a lower deck.
All right. I'm gonna crawl through.
Okay.
See where that.
Is it just
see
you, or
where
is
that
everyone
leads.
following?
Can Raylan go first, actually?
Sure.
Is he gonna get
I'd really prefer if he didn't.
Can I go next to last?
Raylan goes first, and
I
he
would
walks a
very
little
much like
dusty.
to go ahead of Raylan. I'd like to use my positioning as the one who opened it to scoot in ahead of him.
It's hard to push
No.
past you, I suppose.
No
I'm
particular
sensing
reason.
some phobia. I'm sensing some phobia here.
All right. You guys
I
make
guess
your way
I'll,
down with
hold.
Raylan leading the charge.
Oh, yes.
You find yourselves in a deck below, and the
There's even
breadcrumbs continue.
Interesting. Whoever was here
Interesting.
didn't hide their tracks very well.
Are we on the trail still? Is
Where
Thorn
does
on the trail?
yeah? Where does the trail lead to?
You can see that it leads to every single one of these rooms,
Oh.
and then back
So we
out,
need
Huh.
to exit.
and then also down here.
We got a Goldilocks situation. This bed's
Thorn,
too
we can go in
firm.
there, you know. We're
This bed's too soft. I'm gonna burst into this
Yeah,
room
exactly.
and
Just
survey
right.
it.
You see that this is obviously where the crew is meant to sleep, and you see that there have been chests left open and beds kind of rumpled and not perfectly made. It's evident that someone's been here looking for something.
I swear, if it's Bong, I'm gonna lose my mind.
if it's bonk. Oh
You just see him in a wheelchair.
Paraplegic airship raider.
Can I do a perception check where I'm standing to just to see?
Yeah, you bet.
Raylan, I'm gonna need you in a second as well.
Understood.
Okay.
You see breadcrumbs lining all the way into this silver hatch. Right here.
Hey guys, there's a hatch.
Raylan, just in case, I think we need to cover everything here. I'm gonna grab you by your legs and just peek your head kind of down into this hole here, just to make sure he's not hidden down there.
Am I being held upside down?
Only with
So my cave.
it's just a quick dip. It's just take a look. No one's there. We're good.
I consent.
Okay. I'm gonna need an
What
athletics
do
check
exactly?
from Thorn, please.
Okay.
With an 18,
Nice.
you pick up the hobbit. He weighs like nothing, and you lift him over the lavatory, and you dunk his head You bring it back, and his face is covered in shit.
No!
I thought it was deeper than that. I didn't know. We should have measured it out before we did that.
What do you see down there?
I can't see anything, guys.
Should we take another look?
That was cruel, Thorn.
Gotta make sure we check the other one.
Wait, we gotta check all of them.
I burst into the next one over, like, scrambling, looking for, like, a shower or something. Some sort of running water.
I'm so sorry.
There appears to be
didn't
no
know.
running water, but there are wads of like paper, obviously used for cleaning oneself from excrement.
I would like to
attempt
attempt.
around.
Kevin would like to make the recommendation that with Raylan being partially blind, and he's feeling around for anything that resembles a sink, maybe he rolls to see if he thinks this is a sink.
Give me a perception check.
Oh my goodness.
Me?
Yes. You know
At
it is not a-
disadvantage because he's covered in shit.
you know that this is no sink, but you do find the paper to wipe yourself free. But you do notice that the last few tendrils of hair are kind of shit-caked and have a tendency to be a little bit more wiry than normal, and they kind of stick up.
No.
No.
Is that a debuff?
Ooh.
How does this affect Raylan's legacy?
Right?
You consented to it. This is obviously a toilet.
We thought it had more depth.
There was more to it.
Like, I'm the one in the wrong. I dunked my head in a toilet and I...
Sam Purist did this.
Why?
Oh, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Right.
I'd like seeking something a bit more gentler than the single ply rolls that I've been trying to clean myself with. I walk to one of these beds, I take the nice soft sheets, and I really just like
Oh,
I wipe my
you're
face.
really gonna do detail like that?
We're wearing out our welcome real
Ah.
quick.
So you smear dwarf shit all over the beds.
And I no just on this one sheet, and I have the sheet with me now.
Oh, it
Maybe
looks
he'll
like
think
we're...
it's the stowaway.
Are we dropping frames here? On the stream? Or is this just a Blaze issue?
Let me check.
I got a pop up saying I should switch to low latency mode.
Me too.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't-
me too.
Looks fine to me.
Yeah, I got no issues.
Yeah, I'm good.
Not that I'm watching it.
Astro, anybody else in the chat? Is the stream doing all right
If I
for you?
were watching it, that's what my
I mean, I
experience would
wouldn't
be. So
Good
I'm
here. Okay.
Well, Astro's good. So I'm currently holding the shit sheets, the sheets, if you will,
The sheets, yeah.
and I'm holding them with me. So and I proceed with the rest of the group the entire time looking for a window.
There's no windows here, unfortunately. It's entirely below hulled
For
brass.
the build.
All right, I'm still holding those sheets then.
Thorn's just gagging. Just trying to hold it together.
Dry heaving.
Yeah.
Oh hi, Lim.
What the hell did you do to yourself? You reek! And a limb keels over as the waft comes from Raylan and hits his
Holding
As a limb does.
Does he actually
holding the
vomit?
sheets covered in feces. Raylan just says, "Shit is clogged."
Why is it on your face?
Yeah.
Oh, what the
I had to see it for
fuck is that
myself.
smell?
Take a look.
I kicked in the
Wow.
door.
Hurry up and open this thing, dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna like catch one whiff of that. I'm gonna open that hatch and try to escape. I
have an idea. I have an idea. If somebody's in there, I can go down there and we'll hear them gag.
This is a good idea.
I motion to take point.
Very heroic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'd like to step. I'd like to step down.
Okay, Kevin opened the hatch and shit-caked Raylan slips down, and you all wait with anticipation over the grate, and you just hear a faint down below.
Holy shit, it worked.
Is it me?
It's not
Holy
Raylan.
shit, it worked.
That actually worked.
And you hear,
What the fuck is that?
Let's get down there.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Wyatt's in the back like, what the fuck?
Is it a ladder?
yes, it is.
I go up the ladder and and you'll have fresh air.
You just hear,
Shit, quiet. Don't let them hear.
Go up the ladder now.
you met with silence.
Ooh,
We gotta root him out.
can't stay.
I'd like to step closer to where I hear the voice coming from, and I'd like to wave the sheets around a little bit.
You do that, and you just hear, but whatever's down there refuses to show its face.
I'd like to. Can I move? Is it dark?
It is, but you can definitely see.
Can I see whatever this is?
No, you can't.
I'd like to step towards where I hear the gagging and dry heaving coming from.
You take a step forward.
I'd like to keep walking with one hand outstretched and the other holding the sheets until I make contact with something.
Raylan? What's going on down there, bud?
I'm good.
You can move your own token. Nobody else can see the left, can they?
Nope. No. Don't look at stream.
Yeah, don't watch stream, guys. This is Raylan's point of view.
Because we don't do that.
I don't think the stream is. Oh,
Right, no, I don't even
Oh
have it.
no, guys. Okay.
Kevin calls for Raylan. Raylan, what's going on?
I'm good. I'm good, guys. I'm just.
You smell good.
I'm just. I found him.
You just hear.
Oh,
Get out of here! Get out!
After hearing that, Kevin jumps down and
Okay. Does the rest
goes
of the
and
party
joins.
follow?
Yes, lie down.
Yeah.
And so seeing that the rest of the party's joined, Raylan like books it past them and goes up the ladder. And I'd like to go up to the next floor with windows, just out of sight of the party.
Okay. The rest of the party sees a peculiar-looking gnome wrapped in leather garb, and he's got goggles on his head, and you can see him dry heaving in the corner, with one hand pressed up against the bow.
What is that? Oh.
Kevin would like to do a perception check on Raylan as he ran by.
What are you trying to find?
I'm trying to see if there's anything physically different with him. If he was like altered in any way.
It's in the chat.
Yep.
The rancid stench emanating from your friend it cleared all thoughts from your mind as he ran past, and it was all you could do to keep your lunch down. Yeah, he dunked his head in dwarf shit.
Yeah, I guess dwarf poop is even
Especially-
worse.
They're strictly
especially
carnivores.
dwarf shit after they've been living in Raeninion. So, dwarves eating elven food. Ooh.
I like Blaze's comment. Raylan should put the shits in the ship's ventilation HVAC.
Okay, I'm Raylan, not Ilvazor, guys.
We have
Right.
standards, people.
Yeah, that's something the Elvazor would do.
Hey, who are you?
As the smell subsides, a little gnome walks up to you and says,
Nobody.
Well, nobody. You're trespassing on Sherathian property.
And you're eating a lot of food
What
too.
what say you?
I say, look, there's an eagle behind you. Wow.
Torok looks.
Kevin just stares at him, and having a sense that Torok would look, he'd be like, Torok,
What? Is there not one?
Tork's still looking around the corners.
Yeah, like for like a good couple seconds.
Yeah.
Not falling for that one.
Yeah, nice try, bro. You are hereby,
I'm even gonna go and start rummaging around.
in the name of Sherathian airshipian Loth, you are hereby detained.
He looks at you and says,
What the hell is a Rathian?
It's the flag of the ship that you are on.
This
Come
is an
forth.
Othronian ship. You have no
Yeah.
jurisdiction here.
Yeah, that's what I said. Are you having trouble hearing?
No, you said Erathian ship. This is an Othronian ship.
Oh, no, I said Arthuronian.
No, you didn't say that. My ears are
Yep.
perfectly fine.
Well, with ears like that, I'd be hard pressed to argue against you.
He says, listen.
Aurelian is gonna pop the just pop the sword, pop the sword free of the catch in his sheath and be like, in the name of cold steel, you're under arrest.
Now there's a government I can get behind. But of course. How rude. My name's Farland.
he puts his little feeble hand out in front. He looks around as none of you take it and says,
Listen, I don't mean to upset you guys. It's just the elves were mighty particular. There was no way I was getting back to my master if I were to go the legal route. I'm sorry, I just got hungry.
Who's your master?
What business is it of yours?
Seeing that Aurelian unsnapped his sword, Kevin is going to put a hand on the unworked ivory and pretend that it's a sword.
The gnome looks at you and he draws a dagger and places the point towards his heart. He says,
Don't dishonor me, halfling.
Who is your master?
Can't say.
I'm sorry, your mic peeked out there. Did you say can't say?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to make a diplomacy check?
Sure. I just rolled a nat 1. This should be okay.
That is a... Sorry, what was the result?
20.
20.
Failure.
Yeah, that is a failure.
All right, somebody else try.
Aurelian is gonna step in to play bad cop, right? And he's gonna let a little bit of the draconic growl enter his voice, and he's gonna say, "I'm not fond of asking multiple times. Who is your master?" And he's gonna attempt an intimidation.
Okay.
I'm hero pointing that one.
Okay.
He's a tough little gnome.
That was so close to being a nat 20 too.
You just needed a 0 on there.
Oh,
that's
I would like to use halfling shared luck. Halfling luck.
Okay, one more time. That is a
The
three
same
16s in a row.
how? No, those were 2s.
That's insane.
How do I roll 3 2s in a row?
I'm running a script in the background to just force all his roll results as 2s.
My God.
That's insane.
Wyatt is gonna step up, and he's gonna yell from the back, and he's gonna go, "What my new friends are asking you is," and Can I shoot the ground at his foot?
Sure, yeah.
Like near his foot?
Yeah.
Do I have to roll?
No, you're
Or-
good. If you're not attacking
Okay.
him.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the ground next to his foot, and I'm gonna go, "Who are you working for?" And I will do an intimidation
Okay.
as well.
I will give that to you here.
Trying so hard to prove his worth, guys.
Gotta.
It's in the chat there for you.
Now you got to roll 3 2s in a row.
Oh, I'll use my hero point. Gosh.
Oh.
He's a tough character.
Blaze said that's a 1 in 8,000 chance for that.
Jesus.
Wow.
All right. Same as a shiny Pokemon.
Wow.
Does that make it feel better, Aurelian?
Wait, I think I
Make me
can
feel
use
worse.
I think I can use my wish on this one.
Your wish. What is that?
The wished alive thing. The +2.
Okay. Do you want to read that to us?
Oh,
And it doesn't matter.
that
It's
is
becoming
crazy.
readily apparent that this gnome would rather slay himself than give up his duty to his master.
Could Thorn also come in and try intimidate?
You want to try intimidation for the 4th time?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
We could try something else too.
We could.
Oh my god!
This is rough, guys.
Oh my god.
What are we doing?
Oh.
Raylan would
Okay,
like
you
to
know what?
yell from above. Don't make me come back down there with these sheets.
Right.
Roll an intimidation for that.
You can all... That is going to be a failure as well.
Dang it. You know what? I'm just gonna grab this gnome by the collar and
Wait, can I try this?
Sense motive, yeah. Roll a perception check.
Hey, cool.
Before we toss this guy into a wall.
Natural 20!
Oh, sweet.
Finally, our bad luck streak is over.
Holy.
You can see that
I didn't
this...
even get it.
You can... Oh, you didn't get to see it? I think you rolled
No,
properly.
yeah.
It's a 34.
I'll take it.
You have a plus 14.
Nice.
You can sense that this gnome has a pure heart. He's not up to anything that's like necessarily nefarious, and he is of noble intentions, and he cares deeply about his quest.
All right. Sensing this, Kevin's gonna walk in, and still have my hand on the unworked ivory, and I push it back away. Listen, seems that we got off on the wrong foot. My name's Kevin. What's your name?
Fenrir, good to meet you.
You can see him kind of smiling as you're changing your attitude towards him.
Good to meet you too. And I'll put out my hand to shake his.
He says, I'm sorry. I don't know why I lied to you. I'm Farlin.
And he shakes your hand.
All right, Farlin. It's okay. I understand. I mean, we just met and we didn't get off on the best of terms. So, Farlin, this is our friend's airship. And we know that a bunch of the rations were gone, and that's what we're down here trying to figure out who ate them. What are you doing on here, bud?
I have to get to Hyperion.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I have to get there. My master's waiting. They don't have long.
Where do you have to get to?
Hyperion. But after
Oh, that's
that,
where we're headed.
the Isles. I can't.
Oh,
You can't what?
He can't say more.
Oh, okay. Well, is somebody in trouble? Can we help?
Yes, they're in trouble. It's been months since we were allowed to see them. It's these blasted elves.
Okay. Well, do you need help?
Yes, I need help. Take me to Hyperion.
I think we could work that in there. I can't give the final say all. I have to check with the big guy, but if we're gonna help you, we need to know what we're getting into.
check for you in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
He looks at you and he says,
I just graduated. I was apprenticing for so many years. I just graduated. And then these damned elves declared martial law. Orcs can't fly anyways. I don't think it has anything to do with the orcs. It's all about the aether crystals. They've always been so greedy. I don't care for the aether crystals. I care for my babies.
Your babies? Your children? Or is babies a term of endearment for someone?
he looks around and at the party, and he leans in and he says,
The hatchlings.
What are the hatchlings?
I can't say more. I must get to Alperion.
Well, I mean, I'll see what I can do. But here, talk to my friends.
No,
Aurelian
thanks.
is going to have a little bit of a trying to put two and two together. There were, hippogriffs at the.
Yep, griffins, but
Yeah, griffins.
Oh,
That's
right,
the one.
that's Harry Potter.
Yeah. And he's gonna look at Farland. Do you have griffin hatchlings?
No, you can't handle griffins, stupid.
Do I believe him?
he looks at you and says,
You might know them well.
as he looks you up and down.
You don't have dragons.
He looks over at
He's
Torok
got
with wide
dragons.
eyes and nods his
Great
head up and down.
heavens.
I need you to tell me everything right now.
No can do. It's too important. Spent my life doing this. And now these damn
Clearly.
elves are getting in the way, and you are too. Don't
You
leave me.
spent your life doing this. This is my life.
I don't know about that. You look different from the ones I'm used to.
Kevin will.
Yeah, you've
step
never
back.
seen one like me, have you?
Never.
You can give me a diplomacy check. He goes,
Maybe you were, your egg was dropped, perhaps? That's why you're this way. I think I might have read about something like you in the textbooks as I was doing my apprenticeship.
I can guarantee you Sherathian has not seen my like before.
Yep, you could say that again.
So sassy, bro.
the little gnome
Got
says,
tongue on you.
Listen. Prove to me you're not with the elves, and maybe I'll speak, maybe.
Why would I be with the frickin' knife ears?
They don't like us either.
he
They
kind of
threw us
holds
in
his
jail.
holds his pointed ears and says,
Well, what's wrong with knife ears?
Oh, shoot. You got some blades on you, too. I didn't notice.
I speak of elves. They threw us in jail.
Me too. Those pointy-eared, but those tall bastards.
Hashtag fuck the elves.
one more
As
diplomacy check
Aurelian
from you,
stands
Aurelian.
there.
Defund the elves. Defund the elves.
Gnome lives matter.
Aww.
He holds his ears and says,
Just don't tell the dwarf I'm down here. As soon as we land in Alperion, I'll be out of your hair.
What do you propose we tell him then?
Tell him that fat orc ate everything.
as he looks to Thorn with crumbs on his chest.
That's crazy.
Kevin wants to be in the back chanting, "No justice, no shelves. No racist controlling elves. No justice,
Right.
no shelves. No
was
racist controlling elves."
Yeah. Well, that kind of puts us
Well-
in a tough position because the dwarf up there is our friend too. We don't want to lie to our friend.
Listen,
Okay. I'll come up.
if you
Just let me free when we
Might
get
prove
to
more
Parion.
understanding these things.
Yeah, look, Farland, if I may, I know this guy. I've known him for a while, and he's actually helped myself and my band of adventurers. Honesty goes a long way with him. He has a kind heart. Can be a kind heart. I think that you're better off telling him the truth, and if you expect us to trust you and help you, we need to know everything before we get in there. Have you not heard of, and I'll flip my hat so the point goes from one side to the other dramatically and be like, the Pire Pals?
Like what they bro.
What's going on?
No, never heard of him. But I'll go up.
All right, yeah, just be honest with us and him. We'll get you a lot further.
Very well.
Yeah.
Flip my hat back.
You guys
Gotta work
all make your way back up above deck. Through and you can see that Raylan has gone up before you, and the corridor is just lined with like shit streaks where his hands have grabbed different parts of the railing.
I was careful. I was careful. And did I manage to find a window?
Yes, when you reach the top deck.
Okay, I barf out the window and I throw the sheets out.
Okay. They catch in your face.
The sheets come back and land right in his face.
Fly back.
They like cover Stoneshield's face.
I'm gonna need a performance check as you are throwing this into the wind, Raylan.
Oh god, I need to shut up.
Right.
Hey,
unfortunately, you
They just
crumple
miss
up
his face
the-
and fly overhead.
the silky sheets and you toss them overboard.
Dhutael's just like steering, and then like this like brown sheet just flies by.
He gets this waft of fucking turd and is like, oh, what the fuck? Like smelling himself.
Somebody just flushed the head.
Oh man.
The poop deck.
Farland comes up to join the rest of the crew, and Dhutael looks at him and says, "I knew it'd be the likes of a gnome. What say you?" And you can then and Farland goes up to Dhutael and drops to his knees and begs him,
Please, spare my life. I must get back to the hatchlings.
and he looks up at the party and goes, "Well, who the hell is this?"
Well, that's your stowaway.
Well, should we kill him?
No.
I don't know. I mean, we tried to ask what he was doing, and we're not really sure if we believe him or not. But I did tell him to be honest with you, and if he is, I'd put a good word in for him. Sounds like he needs some help.
Is this true, little gnome? And he just stands quivering with his hands up like this. He goes, "That poor sorry sack of shit's letting off a stench. Goodness sakes! The poor little gnome shit himself. I don't have the heart to put him down. We'll water flow them and I'll pay you."
All right.
The gnome goes,
Thank you. I didn't shit myself. He shit himself.
Really?
"Yes,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Sir Stoneshield, I shall take care of the turd-covered stowaway.
please do. This fell disgusting. I was surprised when I saw a limb, but this is the expectations that I have from gnomes.
This
Bloody
gnome, he
shit
poops
in
like a
their
dwarf,
cells.
doesn't he?
Aye, he does. He's a fine little lad.
Farland, follow me.
Carnivorous, even.
Actually, you know what? Thinking of things, follow me again.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'd like to look for a hose.
There is no such running water on this ship.
Okay.
We just need to run through a rain cloud. We're good.
Yeah.
we did
Just
aim
an
for one.
FYI, he has no shit on him. It was Dhutael just confusing the rancid smell with the new arrival and putting 2 and 2 together.
As a
We
smart
just laid
work
it right
would.
on him.
All right, Farland, stand right here.
Right where?
I'd like to stand next to Farland while he's doing this so that the smell follows Farland.
Okay,
Oh,
move your
smart.
token.
Let me see my.
You're not going to toss him overboard, are you?
No.
That would be crazy. After we like vouched for him,
You're right.
just throw him,
Nah, he stinks.
and then the stench is still there after he's gone. Wait a minute.
Does anybody have a water sack? Oh no, I have a water skin. I'd like to find some cloth or a bed sheet and pour some of my water from the water skin on it,
Okay. Yeah.
and then I will switch places with Torok,
Oh, sure.
if you don't mind. Thank you, sir. And as Stoneshield's looking forward, obviously driving the ship, I'm going to ferociously start wiping down Raylan, and I whisper to Farland, "Just play along." And I start wiping him down. I'm like, "Oh, Farland, oh, we gotta get you better than that, my boy. Turn around."
Oh, that tickles. I mean, oh, that tickles.
You manage to wipe off a little bit of the smell, but it's like, wiping feces, off of his arm with a wet sheet is not going to. There's going to be some soap required, and there is a faint stench around him, but you more or less achieve what you were trying to set out to do. And as this, you look off the distance and you see the jewel of Lake Alperius, the city of Alperion, off in the distance as it parts through the clouds. A gorgeous spectacle as you cross over the lake past Raeninion, and you can see the peaks of the city approaching. And Dhutael Stoneshield brings the ship into dock right to where the bottom part of the castle is meeting the top of the cliff there, and there's various docking areas. Gentlemen, I think we're going to take our 10-minute break right now, and we will see you...
Real quick, before we go to break, with the sheet, I want to take, and I sort of step between Raylan and Farland, and I go to throw it over the side. But as I do, I purposely sort of like run the sheet across Farland's back, so just a little bit of the stench transfers to his back as I throw it over.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. It is as you say. We'll see you
You're
in 10,
thinking,
guys.
man.
All right.
All right. Thanks for waiting. Stream.
Perfect timing, Raylan. As the stream cut on, your camera was moving. It was great. All right. So, hey, everybody in the chat, just while we're waiting for everybody to come back real quick, just want to say thanks for tuning in. And, bear with us for a minute here. We're having working through a tech issue with one of our guys.
Will's just joining on a different session, so we're just going to have some wonky... Here, you know what I'll do? We'll do this.
So, yeah, everybody, hey, thanks again.
I believe so.
Hey,
Hear me okay?
It's Torg's clear voice.
Oh, man, it sounds
That's
so
buttery.
good. That's so much better, Will.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right.
Hmm.
So,
All right,
last
all
we
right.
left off, you were just seeing the docks of the city of Elperion come into view. And as you touch down, Dhutael looks off at you and says, "This is probably where you want to be. Best of luck, fellas." And he takes off down to another port. And you can see elven guards are all around this port, and you know this place to be of like primarily human origin, which is immediately strikes you as strange that there's such a heavy elven presence.
Odd. Peculiar, even.
I would say the same. Curious.
Oh. All right. Well,
It's
Yeah.
we should
I
see
suppose
what our gnomish friend is.
did our dude...
Nope, sorry,
Get
I
away?
just had the wrong token out.
Okay.
The little gnome eagerly scampers off and looks to the elf and kind of begins to murmur. The elf points inside the building and he goes inside.
Okay.
Oh, our stream
that's
is
rude.
messed
Cameras.
up again. Yeah, what happened there?
I'm the
4
GM.
point black.
Raylan finds 300 gold.
I don't know, my camera just randomly.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we're back.
And as you follow him, you walk across a precarious little tunneled board that brings you
It is.
over to the other side, and you follow Farlin all the way up through the docks, and you can see him yelling, "Master, master, master!" And he's just immensely relieved to see his master. And you see a very wise-looking wizard with a massive bag strapped to his back, and he is holding an incredibly large briefcase as well.
Ow.
And he says, "My dear boy, Farlin, it's been too long. Tell me, did you find it?" And Farlin says,
No, it doesn't exist. Not in Raeninion. We have to find it in the Isles.
and the wizard looks up and says, "Well met. By whose presence am I graced by?"
Kevin steps around. Met well, for we are the Pire Pals. And to whom do we owe this honor upon?
Taodus Sangroth, as he puts his hand out. "A pleasure. I believe
Pleasure is
I
ours.
have heard of you.
Really?
Word travels
Yes.
quickly in these winds." As he beckons
Who-
the skies around.
Whose
Yes.
mouth?
No mouths necessarily. I have little birds all over the lands.
We like birds, and birds are friends of the Pire Pals. Pardon me if I'm for eavesdropping. Twas not my intention, but we heard you were looking for something that can be found in the Isles. What are you looking for?
He looks at you, and he slowly turns his head towards Farland.
He says, "You fool! What did you tell them?" He goes, I think they'll help. I think they'll help."
He looks and says, "I attend a dragon hatchery in the Stratumos Isles. I'm sorry, you'll have to forgive my abrasiveness. I have been kept from seeing my hatchlings many months. These blasted elves have declared martial law, and they won't allow me to rent a ship to leave. But I must get to my hatchlings. I fear it may be too late for them."
I'm sorry, what kind of hatchlings were they?
Dragon, my friend.
Dragon.
Aurelian is going to step forward and say, as you might be able to tell, I have a particular interest in these, in seeing these hatchlings.
He looks at you and says, "Oh, you poor beast, dropped as an egg. Oh, I can't imagine their horror."
I can assure you my origins are somewhat stranger than you might surmise.
I'm sure they are. Please, would you help me? I need to get back to my hatchlings.
Well, we do happen to be on the same path.
Sure.
What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you going to find the Stratumos Isles? What business have you there?
Right now, our business is to help our new friends. And to, we have vested interests with a dragonborn in our party, so we must stop everything that we're doing and help the, I guess you could call it ancestry of our party member. So, it's an airship that we need, you say?
I might be able to show you where to find them, but we won't get past the elves without papers, and I have none.
Papers? What about coin? Have you tried coin?
Oh, these elves don't take bribes. You're new to these parts, I can tell.
Yes, I am.
We are.
That may work with the dwarves, as he gives Torok a nod. But these elves claim to be of higher blood.
Okay. What kind of papers would we need?
Papers that we cannot get. We might be able to sneak out. And I'm not one for breaking the law, but I am like an animal backed into a corner. I will gnaw my own leg off if I have to. I must get to my hatchlings.
Okay, well, I understand that, and let's keep all your limbs attached, new friend. But if you tell us what type of papers that we need, maybe we could try to make our own?
Papers that will only work with elves. Friend, you don't understand. You are not of elven blood, and nor am I. Elves are fiercely racist.
Right. But if you tell me, is it a permit that we need? Because we can try to...
As you're talking, an elven guard comes behind you.
Find the right and appropriate actions to take to acquire these to appease the elven kind. Since they are of higher standard of us peasants. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't see you behind us.
The elf looks and says, "No mind, Master Halfling. Curfew's about now. You best be getting on to your quarters. Make haste."
Yes, sir. May I ask you a question if you have time?
Aye. Ask away.
So we are obviously just got here, and we're looking to venture further. How would we go about doing so?
There will be no adventuring right now. There is a curfew enacted, and you are best off to your beds.
Right, and I obviously we're going, and I apologize for my ignorance. But what is it? Why is there a curfew in effect? What's going on?
Have you not heard, Master Halfling? Orc raids all along the south of Sherathia. The tidings are dark. They say he rises.
Who is he that you speak of?
It's likely just fairy tales. But orcs are not. And I'm keeping an eye on you, as he points to Torok. Be off.
Master Elf, you can be assured that you will not have trouble from us. Would you be able to direct us to where our beds would be?
Northeast, carry on.
Thank you, sir. I assume, sir, sorry for assuming your gender.
There's none of that gender ambiguity bullshit here in Alperius.
Ah, finally, a place that I can do great calling home.
Taodus looks at you and says, quickly, follow me, this way. And he walks off to what you surmise to be the inner workings of the docks.
I love Wyatt's portrait.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As we go, I'm gonna say, gentlemen, why do you think the elves had an eye on me rather than Thorn? Really, he would be a more concerning target than me.
I just really blend in.
Okay, maybe. Did they have something against dwarves in particular?
The
Probably.
elves?
I mean, they are elves.
Most
So
They are.
And they are super racist, so...
I suppose.
ultra mega racists.
Hey, keep it down, guys.
Right. Yeah.
As you look to the docks ahead of you, you notice the ships that are being worked on are very familiar. You recognize them to be the identical model of the Cloud Wraith. It would appear that the Cloud Wraith, the airship that you guys originally received from Marin, was not a one-off ship, rather a mass-produced airship. And some of its brothers and sisters are being worked on in this maintenance stocks.
God, it's the Honda Civic of airships.
Yeah. It's awesome.
They're everywhere.
It could at least be an Acura, but no, it's got to be a freaking Honda.
Right.
You watch your mouth about Honda Civics, Aurelian. They're great cars.
Hey, Aurelian is a dyed-in-the-wool Toyota fanboy. He's not taking no Honda guff.
Well,
Better be getting to our beds, gentlemen.
Yep.
You can see the elven guards eyeing you precariously.
Maybe we should keep it moving.
yes.
Yep.
Trying to follow Sangroth here.
Right. Yeah.
Hello, good day to you, God. Just off to our beds.
It's like the accent.
The wizard and Farlin are just kind of nonchalantly just kind of looking around, turning around, and he says, "This is it. This is our chance. I don't know how to distract the guards in order to get a ship, and I don't know how to fly this model either. Who's to say there's even aether crystals inside their ports? It's a hell of a gamble, gentlemen. But if you can pull this off, I'll get you to the Isles."
Did one of us take the aether crystal from the ship when we crashed it?
I want to say we did.
Please don't make it be Raylan who took it. Please don't make it be Raylan who took it.
Now, I feel like it would be in D&D Beyond, maybe?
I'll double check my notes from...
It would have been in D&D Beyond, I believe. We were playing Dungeons and Dragons at that time.
Yeah.
And I was taking... I'm just looking at my character notes, my old notes, and I didn't have it. I have the ship health. We had 264 ship health before it went to 0.
In an instant. I'm just pulling up D&D Beyond.
Tragic.
Here.
I can't find my... Looks like they changed things around. I can't find my character sheet.
I didn't have it.
I mean, somebody has it.
Not on Aurelian. Let's take a look at Kevin. Inventory.
I love the experimental clothing.
It's not on Kevin.
You've got 1,000 ball bearings?
Yeah.
It's
How
part of
come
the
we haven't made a
adventures kit.
claymore yet?
2 tons
What's
of
that?
steel.
How come we haven't made a claymore yet?
Yeah, right?
Not on
Trying to
Raylan.
look through my notes. Would that have been before or after the Halloween one shot?
That was after
was
his
after.
Sherathian.
Okay.
Right, Halloween was in Faerûn.
Was that the session after or 2 sessions after that? It was
That
one
was
of those.
2 sessions. It was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Opron
Yeah, first
session.
session we
Off
got
run,
here,
right.
and then yeah.
You viewers are getting some off-stream history of this campaign.
Yeah. We,
So,
sorry.
if you're familiar with the map, the astral emissaries, the lore is extremely strong, and it's all thanks to Sampiris. We dropped into this world, our party, in right near Karloom village, which is like far northwest in Sherathia, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened since there. There's a lot of like first time seeing cities, so we went through Karloom village, learned about the astral emissaries and about the Eclipsar Stones in Ilvazor.
Oh,
He's got it.
Does the crystal happen to be purple in color?
Yes.
Yes.
Kevin's got it.
Purple crystal in my pocket.
Okay, you have an Aether Crystal.
Oh my god.
Lucky
Beautiful.
SOB. Yeah, so
That was October 25th, 2023, session 7.
Yeah, that adds up. We did it halfway. Our
Yeah,
Halloween
'cause it
session was
says-
halfway through.
Yeah, it says Marin, we're in Sherathia, purple crystal in my pocket, airship, cloud
Yeah,
wraith,
that's it.
a pirate molar, 3 bubbles of water breathing, used 1 in session 7,
Yeah, dude.
1 Eclipsar Stone, holding coral dagger.
Yeah. So just a quick lore background for the viewers. Aether crystals are what provide propulsion for these airships. They're very rare. They are grown on the Stratumos Isles, and they take a long time to grow. There was a war fought hundreds of years ago between elves and men. Elves wanted to harvest them sustainably because they're immortal, and men obviously are on a mortal time clock, and they wanted to harvest them quickly. And in a rush to supply the fleet of Minados with airships, they felled an island in the Stratumos Isles, and a war was fought since. And ever since then, the islands have been under elven command, and these Aether crystals are very rare, and they're required for airships to fly. And so airships aren't really something that you would have as like a personal thing. They're generally, an armada of Raeninion or of Minados would have a few. They're not like cars. They're much more rare than that.
Nice.
Okay, you do have an Aether crystal. So
Yes.
Taodus looks at you and says, "If any of you know how to fly one of these things, and you do indeed have an Aether crystal, might I see that?" He puts his hand out towards Kevin.
Yeah.
By the gods. You do indeed.
He puts it back.
This today is my lucky day. Well done, Fallen.
And the gnome looks quite pleased with himself. And he goes,
What's that stench? Yeah, never mind. Find a way to distract the guards. Tell me which ship to board.
Right.
The big one.
You're the one that knows ships. Like, which one looks like it's most put together?
Oh, likely
One on the left has 2 wings.
With the hammer on it?
I like the one on the right.
Just one wing. Just drops like a rock off the cliffside.
Because we chose it because it's bigger.
Right.
That'd be so funny. Team
All
White.
right. Yeah, right.
We have to get all the way across the room to get to that one.
And we got to distract the guards. How do we want to do that?
Hey, boys.
Hey, gentlemen, might I offer my services?
Yes.
Have in mind.
Let's
You
see what
may.
you got.
I'll go and distract that guard there. You make a break for this ship. Try and circle back, and I'll make the jump. Just
Better watch your
don't
brother.
worry about that.
We're about to see the rise and fall of Wyatt in one session.
Yeah,
All
so let's just count this out here. By my count, there's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh,
5 guards.
Not a guard.
well,
And Pierce is
actually,
with us.
it's a lot more.
Papyrus is
guards
with
than
us.
Yeah.
Astro Greens, remember your Sherathian gold. You can help out your friends.
Yeah, anybody in here.
I could probably distract 2 or 3 on this on our side here.
Well, first
What-
off, what's our path to get there?
We have to go all the way down and around. By tweaking.
What if we all distract them, and then Aurelian goes up here to this balcony area at the top, flies onto the ship, and then he takes off. We all have to book it to the balcony. He passes the ship, right out, and we basically jump off the balcony onto the ship, all of us.
Man, that's cool.
What if we let's stage a fight?
Yeah.
So let's not get hostile with the guards, but do something to get their attention in a strong way.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we don't need to do a fight. That's
Okay.
the point. Because
Okay,
we'll communicate with other cities.
Okay, what if... So I need a couple of you pretend to have an argument and just get really heated.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Nub are good at that.
full on shouting match. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna slip away. I'm gonna go. Kevin, if you can give me the aether crystal,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go and I'll get the ship started. Right. So if you can start getting the guards to come over to break it up and get you guys moving along, right? I'll sneak onto the ship, get it started while they're distracted, get it moving, and then I need you guys to rush up and jump on off of the balcony.
Sick. That's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like what Lyndon said.
Yeah.
Let's just make,
idea.
But
make sure he's got
there's
the crystal.
there's a critical difference here in that I suggested it.
Ah, gotcha. Can you take a limb with
That's
you?
a really good idea.
I can, yes.
Okay.
It's he wouldn't weigh me down much, so
All right. Well, I'll give you the crystal and a limb.
okay. All right, I'm gonna take the
We have a lot
crystal.
to argue in the topic of gardening. If anybody would like to teach a little bit.
Raylan takes a stand right next to this guard here, and he turns back to the group and he says, "Well, I didn't think Lady Timor was that beautiful anyways."
So, hearing that, Kevin like winks at Raylan and finger guns like, "I got you."
Aurelian's like, you should... Oh, right.
What the fuck did you just say? Oh,
and he distances himself from the group for.
Yeah. So, Sam, just so you know, I did give Aurelian the crystal, and a limb is traveling with
Okay,
him.
I'm gonna give you ownership of a limb's token for now, Aurelian.
You own him now.
There you go. You can manage him now.
I didn't think owning people was legal in Sherathian.
He's not a
but-
people. He's a gnome.
Fair point. Fair point.
Hey, Raeninion wasn't built on the backs of elves. We know that.
Farland says,
What did the gods just say?
I'm truly going to become a schizophrenic by the end of this campaign. All these voices. Oh, don't mind him. He's just a wee little gnome. We're not a gnome. It's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna punch Wyatt and try get his hat clean off.
Make an unarmed strike against him, please.
What on earth?
Make an armed strike. Unarmed strike. I think it should be an action. Yeah, unarmed attack. You have it there. Targeting Mr. Wyatt Herb.
Oh my god. That is so rude.
Sorry, man.
That's
Not
fair.
sorry.
Oh, rude.
And that's going to hit by 1. Roll for damage.
Okay.
Rock's gonna yell back at Raelin at the same time after we get this sorted.
Take 10 damage. Damn. That's a hard
Holy
punch.
yikes.
You see,
That was personal.
you see, like, Thorn is kind of, like, peering over your guys' shoulders as you're making this plan, and he hears, like, fake fight, and you can see the testosterone begin to bubble up inside him. And he kind of looks around, and as the crowd starts to part, he just looks down and he sees Wyatt. Crack! And cracks him across the jaw, and you can see leaves and sticks and bramble fly out as he recoils, and the elf yells, "Hey! You!"
I'm gonna go.
Rock's
I
gonna
can't
yell,
believe you've done
"Raelin, you
this.
fool! There's never been a more beautiful enchantress in the whole of Sherathian. How do you know that is a fact?"
Kevin's also going to start walking up to Raelin. Listen here, you shit-smelling halfling. You take those words back, and you don't speak badly about her, because you are the reason why us halflings have a bad name. And I push him in the chest.
I've seen a tree ant with more appeal than her.
You keep my lady's name out your damn mouth.
This is just an excuse for you guys to actually, like, go at each other.
Oh man. I went to hit Thorn back.
You missed.
All right. As the guards are moving over, I'm gonna make my.
I'm going to need an acrobatics check, please, from you with -2 as you are holding onto a limb.
All right.
I see that the guards are also running up to our path there, and I'm gonna try and bring them down back a bit further away from the path, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, concubine, you hit my plant friend? Come over here. Come get some."
Oh, guys, Aster Brains has to go. He's got an early morning tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining, buddy. We love having you. You're such a faithful viewer.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you
So
around.
as that's going on, I'm obviously close to Raelin. I'm going to be like, push me.
I give him a shove right away.
Okay.
And
a little extra.
Yeah, and I stumble and fall backwards, like not hitting the guard, but landing right next to his feet.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!"
As you go forward, the guard holds you back and kind of yanks you. This guard grabs Raelin and holds him down, and he says, "Call for backup! Call for backup!" And these two guards run off. What did you roll? A 22? You succeeded. So, yeah, you are currently on the ship.
All right. I'm gonna make my way back to the piloting station and insert the crystal.
You find the hatch right under the wheel. You pop it up, and this ship is a spitting image of the Cloud Wreath, and it is sort of nostalgic to be back on it, even though it's in much better condition and wasn't left out in the Carlum forest for however many decades. This one is in ship shape, and you pop the hatch open, and you put the crystal in, and as soon as it makes contact with that brass cradle, you can feel the hum of the arcane magic start to course through the bow planks of the deck, and you could hear the creak as the weight lifts off the bow. You can hear it thunder to life.
Well, I imagine the guards are probably gonna hear it soon too, so I'm gonna kick it into gear and edge it forward. And
What?
You goon it for. I mean, you edge it forward. And
No, gooning is a perfectly acceptable.
the ship slowly begins to creep ever so softly forward through one of the bays, and the guards immediately say, "Sound the alarm! We've got an escapee!" And this one runs down, and the other one begins to run to intercept.
So as this one here is running, I'm going to cast Phantasmal Killer.
Sorry, against which one?
This one, the closest one to us.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
Cool spell.
He will roll DC 26 will save.
Wait a minute. I think
He will fail by 3.
Okay. So he takes 8d6 mental damage,
Failure.
and
He's
he
frightened
is
2.
frightened 2.
Roll the
Along
damage.
with-
Holy.
22 damage.
Uh-oh. Wow.
You create a phantasmal image of the most fearsome creature imaginable. You see this elf gracefully throwing Kevin down and running with long strides towards the ship that's moving, and suddenly he's struck with an invisible force from behind, and you hear him scream and curl up and look up at something, and you can see his eyes run wide with terror as suddenly a gaping hole emerges in his abdomen, and he sinks and dies. And you hear a wisp of something escape out this way.
Let's throw him on the ship. Throw him on the ship, guys.
The Thorn, grab him.
Disappearance is better than a body.
Yeah.
We have lived forever.
Everybody else, run.
Okay.
Why am I out there?
Oh god.
all right, quick, everybody, hop on.
I'm going to need acrobatics checks from everybody, and it's going to be a -2 from Thorn because you are carrying the elven corpse.
Dude.
Shit.
What's your acrobatics at?
That's a
Plus
success
2.
by 0, Toruk. Success by 3 for Raylan.
What's your acrobatics at, Joel?
I'm only a +2. I don't know if I should be the one to jump.
Give me.
Yeah,
Give me.
awesome. Just toss the body onto the ship and then jump.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to need an athletics check from Thorn, please, for that. Leshy glide. Using your own leaves, you can control your descent. You see Wyatt glide gracefully down.
Just
Is that a natural 1, Thorn?
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
As you go to throw the elven corpse, you trip, and you drop it. It lands with a thud below, and blood starts to leak down where it landed.
Sorry, guys. That was my bad. I had a +14 on that too. So.
You still made the DC, but a natural 1 is a failure every time. So
Yeah. I could do
Hero point.
Yeah.
I would say now's a good time.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's worth it.
Is that just re-rolling then?
yeah, just re-roll. I'll remove the hero point from your sheet,
Cool.
and that is.
I thought it would be a 1 again.
You see Thorn taking the elven corpse, and he stumbles, but catches himself, and heaves the corpse onto the deck. Then it rolls and spatters blood on all those who are standing there. And have you made your athletic or acrobatics check here, Joel?
I'm scared too.
And that is a 6.
Ooh.
That is going to be
Shoot.
I'm not making it.
Uh-oh.
a failure.
Can I reach out to try and grab him?
Yes. Who has all made it over? Can you move your
I've
tokens
made
it.
if you have?
And we can presume the ship has moved, like,
Yeah,
along.
it's right here. Raylan, I'm going to need an athletics check. It's going to be hard because a lot of weight of orc mass is.
Can I also assist?
Down with me.
I think it's too precarious.
I mean, if he's jumping
It's
with 2 hands.
It doesn't matter.
Pretty strong.
With a 21 that will succeed.
Right.
You see
Come here, baby.
Thorn falling, but a halfling hand with that farmer strength lifts you up and away the ship goes back to a very familiar place.
Oh.
Hey.
A ship that brings you back to memories of home,
Bonk!
gentlemen.
Bonk!
Oh yeah, oops. Sorry about that.
Aw.
Am I missing any tokens here, guys? Is Wyatt?
You're missing the 2 NPCs.
Yeah.
The wizard and the gnome.
In the gnome.
The gnome's missing.
Yeah, he's right here now.
I was just repeating the funny pronunciation.
You made it. And
I was close.
by the skin of your teeth, and you can hear the dong, the dong, the dong, the dong of the city bells raising the alarm back in Alperion.
Sam, you're missing the body that we threw on.
Oh,
Oh, right.
right.
Because that thing is getting jettisoned.
He was.
Well,
he's
yeah.
dead, so.
Find a nice big body of water.
Yep.
Well, we have Lake
And,
Elperius.
Yep. So yeah, I will direct the ship out over the lake.
I'm going to need a piloting check, please, which will be in the form of a performance. And this. Who was the captain last time?
That was me.
Really?
I'll leave it up to you to figure out.
I'll do it.
Aurelian, would you like to steer?
Well, I'm already steering.
I'm giving you the option to be nice.
Why, yes, I would.
The controls are yours.
You bank the ship over the glassy waters of Lake Elperius. And you're directly over top of the lake.
Kevin will give the body a toss.
Okay, I'm going to please request an athletics check. With a natural 20, you lift
Nice.
the elf by its ankles. And
Can I?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Can I pick? Yeah. So I want to pick him up like bench press style. And you said there's a hole in his chest, right?
Yes.
All right. So I want to start like spinning him like this, and then like put my head through the hole and be like, whoa, 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 and then toss him.
A limb just looks in horror. His dad's head pops through a hole in the corpse.
What kind of grotesque horror are we experiencing?
We need to get a commissioned art piece of that.
Oh yeah, just Kevin's head through a hole in the chest, like a like the little meme.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Big
Beautiful.
hat sticking out the top.
You do it successfully. Yeah, with a red hat sticking through the hole in the corpse.
It like somehow didn't get caught.
And a limb stares on in horror. Oh, and he throws up all over again. And you toss a spinning elf corpse off the sides. And you all scurry to the side of the deck to watch it as it hits the water. You can see a puff of red mist as the corpse it makes impact and then sinks beneath the surface.
Anybody got a Bond-esque one-liner?
It's drip or drown. That brother, I'm floating.
As you see the body kind of escape down through the surface, you could almost swear you see a tail of some sort flicking up above the waves and then back down.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
We fed somebody.
Porlorax's cousin?
Right.
It's Laura Max.
Taodus looks at you and says, "Those poor elves have lived forever, unless otherwise interfered with by third-party means. Poor fellow. He will rest under the roots of Morrowsleaf tonight."
Yes. Unfortunately, we didn't want to have to kill him, but Although he may live forever, he is weak in nature to the magic that the Pire Pals hold.
He turns towards Cow and he says, "What the hell do you call that stunt you just pulled on that poor bastard? The little bololololo thing."
It's all like poetic.
That is what we call Sherathian flair.
I see. I am beginning to question if I've chosen the right companions, but alas, you have finally allowed me to stretch my wings and fly. I'll help you.
How can you question us when we just stole you an airship, something that you've been trying to do for months? And look, you met us, and within 5 minutes, we're on your quest.
Because you desecrated the corpse of an immortal being. That does lead one to question things, and I'm afraid you're going to have to understand me on that.
I can see that, but look at it from
Hey guys,
the point of view of the side that you're on.
Dragon sexual.
We had to do what we had to do to keep us from getting in more trouble. As the wise philosophers
was not have to do anything, my friend.
Yes. Sir, I rolled a natural 20. I cannot let that go to waste.
I didn't realize that was a natural 20.
You did break that
Imperius would frown upon the party if I did not perform Sherathian flair on a natural 20.
He says, "Whatever helps you sleep at night, Master Halfling. I will help your navigator find the islands."
That would be my wife, but alas.
Well, Farland might be an okay replacement for now. The little gnome goes, "No!" He consults with Aurelian and shows him the maps on the. Oh gosh! Farland jumps off the ship. And he consults with Aurelian with the maps, and you make it towards the Stratumos Isles, and it is a sight to behold, unlike anything you've seen. It's truly majestic. Vast islands that are somehow suspended in midair are riding magnetic waves. You can see a grand mountain distance off in the background with fog rolling in. And rather than going straight to the larger islands, Taodus guides you to starboard, and you veer in and you bring the ship into a small port with a cluster of small floating islands into a very cute and very quaint little area. 1 sec. Sorry, guys. You find yourselves in a place unlike anything you've seen before.
What?
And Taodus dismounts the airship and says, "Welcome to my home, gentlemen."
Is that amazing?
Wow.
He says, "Fallen, go prepare our guests some tea." And the gnome scurries off inside the home.
I'd like to, as we kind of walk towards the home, I'd like to pat Wyatt on the trunk, wherever that is, and say,
you don't want to pat me there, brother.
Hey, forgive my terminology. I meant the shoulder. I meant the leafy shoulder. And I'd like to say, I'm glad you're with us, Wyatt.
Thank you, my friend. I'm glad I'm here too, and I'm gonna point to Thorn. Hell of a punch, my friend. Hell of a punch.
Thanks for taking it well.
Didn't really have a choice.
Alright.
Oh, this place is sick.
You, if you don't hear music or anything, do remember F5. You walk in, and it's a beautiful, cozy little building with adornments of dragons all over it. There's books stacked up to the ceiling, and there's cobwebs on every single corner. It's not the most meticulously well maintained as far as cleanliness goes. And you can see Farlin dealing in the kitchen, putting on a cast iron kettle and boiling water. And Taodus takes off his large pack and he slumps it on the corner. Says, I must tend to my hatchlings. Farlin will take care of you. I won't be more than 5 minutes. And he walks out.
As he walks out, could I ask? I'd like to ask him. Could I come with you? I'd like to see these hatchlings.
By all means, please, come with me.
All right. I'm gonna follow him out.
He walks over and he approaches a nest. And he kind of you can see his brow is furrowed. And he goes the long way around here. I'm just taking you this way quickly. And he approaches the nests and he holds up the eggs, examining them, and you can see a tear roll down from the side of his cheek, and he says, They're gone. The months left without me. It was too much. It is as I feared. The elves have killed my babies. But all of a sudden, one of the eggs in the south starts to move. And he says,
I'm gonna
no!
Rush over to it.
Taodus runs up and grabs it and says, There's hope. But one, there is hope. And he rushes back into the building, holding this egg, and brings it towards the Pire Pals. He says, Gentlemen, all my eggs have died, except for one, but it's not looking good. Farlin, what do you think? And Farlin takes the egg and puts it down and examines it and says,
Not looking good, master.
He ponders for a while. I fear that there's only one thing that can save this egg. It's Heartfire Ember. And I hate to ask this of you, but I'm unable to achieve this myself. Would you retrieve me some Heartfire Ember to save my last lonely hatchling?
Absolutely.
I must warn you, I haven't been home in a few months, and usually my efforts to ward off the harpies are fruitful, but I can't make any guarantees that they're not around.
You know how to pick a fight.
Yeah. I'm not too worried.
Where might we find some?
I'll show you. Gentlemen, I won't make any guarantees, but more often than not, the first face that a young hatchling sees is the face it is bonded to for life. I care not for personal possessions. All I care for is the well-being of my dragon hatchlings. If you find this Heartfire Ember, this hatchling can be yours.
Oh.
We get a dragon.
Aurelian can have a son too.
Right, that could be your little guy.
Yeah.
Gonna be my little guy. And then eventually a not very little guy anymore.
Gonna make you look like a little guy.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll be able to. I'll be a dragon riding a dragon.
As
That'll
this
be
conversation is happening, you've all noticed the screeching of steam coming from the kettle. And Taodus looks around to Farlin, and he holds a rolled-up piece of paper. Farlin! Smacks him in the head. Tea! And Farlin runs and starts pouring cups of tea and begins to pass them around to each of the Pire Pals.
Kevin would like to ask, is this Fire Ember, is it on this land, or will we need to travel via airship to get it?
I wish it was as easy as airships, but there's going to be a bit of a more manual part in achieving this Fire Ember. And I...
Okay.
Perhaps
So we don't
having
need the airship right now?
No, not at time present. I haven't been entirely forthright with you. This ember is guarded by something that is less than friendly.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, won't be the last.
Correct.
So after hearing that, Kevin wants to run back out to the airship,
Okay.
and I want to grab the. Remind me of the crystal's real name again.
The
Ether crystal.
Aether. I'll put it in the chat here.
Okay.
Is our ship still suspended? Because maybe
It docked into a sort of like receiver, so it doesn't
okay, so
need
it's
to
not our
be.
fault.
Yeah.
Kevin
Drops.
pulls it out and it just plummets.
Yeah, just shatters.
Takes
on
the
rocks
island with it.
below. Take down the whole thing.
All right. Awesome. Well, I will go on there and I'll grab the aether crystal and throw it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a smart
I'm just
move.
gonna make a new treasure for it in Pathfinder.
Sure thing.
All right.
Oh,
And that's one word, Sam?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
I'll just be right back in 1 minute.
No problem.
By all means, Taodus, pray tell, where can we find this Heartfire Ember?
what exactly might we find that will block our path?
I fear you may encounter a rock. Have you heard of these beasts?
I think I have. Is it a kind of bird?
Indeed. They've been known to snatch away elephants as snacks. You have to understand, after the war of men and elves, the Stratumos Isles have been all but abandoned, and strange, strange things have happened since. Tales of titans felling one another in great wars. Rocks coming and making their nests on the floating islands. And I have found myself a small sanctuary where I can raise my dragons in peace. It is until the elves began to interfere in my business.
Frickin'
As
elves.
usual.
Dang elves.
Purpose do you raise
Says
dragons?
the guy with an elf girlfriend.
Good point.
I'm trying to side with the group here, you know? You guys have been saying it so much. Thought you wouldn't pick up on that.
He looks to Torok and he says, I am in the business of preservation. Dragons are an endangered species. Every time people see them, they kill them, assuming that they have nothing but malicious intent, which, to be fair, 90% of the time is entirely true. But that doesn't save the 10% of dragons from just being misunderstood creatures.
Exactly.
He sort
Tell
of
me
elbows
about
Aurelian and says, you must know what I'm speaking of.
Man, the number of times I've been misunderstood.
Aurelian,
Brutal.
you haven't felt a sense of hominess since you've been in Morrow's Leaf, being in this dragon hatchery. It seems that everything here is just curated to you.
Oh, not since I found the home of my former self have I felt so at home, at peace.
Well, you might want to try some of that tea. Ember tea. It'll do you well. But friends,
I will.
I beg you to hurry. This egg is not looking good. Stoke the fire! Quickly, Farlan. And Farlan has been shoveling sticks and bramble into that fire. Put the egg inside the oven as the flames erupt around it and they close the steel door behind it. I can't keep him alive forever.
All right.
Well,
We best hurry then.
Just
also only
Maybe
making
get
up.
back underground like I belong.
That's where to go.
Thorn's taking a nap.
You just hear great thundering snores coming from above.
Well, since we're here, shall we rest?
No time.
No time.
We must go.
Has it been like
I already
24
rested.
hours?
anyways.
All right. Get out of here.
Direction is you guys.
Sir, before we leave,
Yes.
could I can't help but feel like this will be a scary and harsh environment. Do you think that our friend Elim could stay here and learn some skills from you guys, and you look after him?
But of course. Faerûn is a good teacher. He's learned under me for 8 years. I'm sure he can show him something, a thing or two of raising dragons.
Okay,
with me.
well,
Be very useful.
here, let me I want to pull him aside over here, and I want to. Oh, not Elim.
Oh. Faerûn or Taodus?
Taodus. All right, here. So, every time he does something good, I like to, I like positive reinforcement. So I'll pull out 20 ball bearings secretly, and I'll hand them to him. When he does something good, like really good, like give him one of these as a reward, he loves them.
No, very well. This is easier reinforcement than I had to use on Faerûn. He nigh blackmailed me. That bastard.
Well, with young Elim there shall be no blackmail required.
And Master Halfling, I do beg that you keep this discreet. My operation here isn't what you might say is legal. Discretion would be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. I can promise you 100% complete discretion as long as no harm comes to young Elim.
There's nothing here that will harm him, except for dragons, but unfortunately my hatchlings have all but passed away. He will be fine until your return, I promise you that.
Okay, great. Then we can keep this copacetic, as you will.
He nods and moves on. So, and then he gives those ball bearings and has a quick chat with Faerûn, and then walks back. He says,
Gentlemen, this way, please.
Well, let's make our way.
he wanders all the way down here. And you can see a very precarious rock right here.
Oh.
And he says, "Follow me!" And he jumps. And he lands on this rock. And as his weight impacts the stone, you can see it drop down maybe 2 feet and then slowly bounce up. And then he jumps to the next.
Aurelian's not even going to hesitate and just hop after him.
Wizard, how do you expect me to make that jump?
Raylan is going to hesitate.
Yeah.
You'll have to toss me.
Don't tell the orc.
Leave me here. I can go no further.
All right. Well, Kevin sends it.
Okay. You guys all follow him, and you make your
Just like
way.
that?
We made it?
I thought that would be more of an obstacle than it was.
Yeah, I was
These
about to pass.
boys don't give Sam Paris ideas.
This is such a cool map.
Oh, hey guys.
And Taodus says, "Oh, Thonker,
Thonker,
sorry.
my boy. Funk.
I wasn't expecting this."
Hear me, boy.
Every
Where's
time.
Mr. Wyatt. Taodus looks and says, "I can follow you no further. Past these floating islands and through the cave, you will find what you are looking for. Best of luck, gentlemen." And he goes back the way that you came.
Huh?
All right. Well,
Shall we?
we shall. Yeah, Kevin will go. Kevin don't mind.
All right.
They said there were harpies around here. Right?
Yeah.
Wyatt is gonna be on the hunt
Right.
for hang on. for harpies.
Ooh. Designate a single creature as your prey and focus your attacks against that creature. You must be able to see or hear the prey, or you must be tracking the prey during exploration. You get a +2 circumstance bonus to seek. Would you like to seek?
Sick.
Sure.
Okay, click on it.
But you need prey first.
Which
Well,
you
there's harpy in the area that I'm going to be tracking.
Oh, it's been designated.
Yeah.
Okay, click on the seek thing.
Seek, it says you scan an area for signs of creatures or objects. Your GM attempts a single secret perception check for you and...
Against stealth DCs, and you do get a +2 on this. Stealth DCs, give me a minute. You see, up ahead, on an island adjacent to you, a harpy over in this direction. It seems not to have noticed you yet. You also see one down all the way south on this island over here.
I see 2 of them. I can get a shot off. Start this thing off with a bang. What do you guys think?
I like the violence.
We could probably close the gap a bit more just for our close range fighters.
Yeah.
Do keep in mind that hopping from island to island, I will need an acrobatics check from every single person.
Well, it's a good thing I
Every
got
single
these
person?
bounding boots.
No, I don't need one from Aurelian. I won't, or I guess Raylan, I won't need one. Well, they give you a +10 foot item to your speed and a +3. Well, you get, okay, you still have to roll for it, but you get a +3 to athletics checks. So I guess it'll be an athletics check. So I will throw that in the chat for any and all. Impressive performance. That's only for diplomacy. I don't think that's going to work here.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to click that
No
one.
worries. Torok.
Yeah, I passed.
You do succeed. You can move your token across the island.
Here?
Yep. And that will be a critical success with your new bouncy boots, Raylan, thanks to Thonker.
Hell
Put a bounce on. Oh, never mind.
I don't think it's taking the bounce into account.
No, I don't think it does. You just have to...
It should, though. And there's the item... I'll take a look at it later, but...
Ooh, 15.
If I fail a check, we can
like
look
you're
at it.
trained. And Kevin makes a hurling leap, and he you can see him running in midair as he jumps. Lands on the other side.
Cool. For the sky to take back.
I'm hanging back over here
Okay.
for now.
Thorn, have you made your check? Even in the worst circumstances, you perform basic tests, choose a skill that you're trained in. You can forego rolling a skill and receive a 10 plus your proficiency bonus. Do you have a proficiency in athletics?
I have +14.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem. You don't even have to roll then.
Nice.
You make your way over.
Phew.
So is it just the glass cannons that are really dependent on rolls here?
Right.
More or less, yeah.
Oh boy.
I think I have a +0. Maybe it's a +2.
As soon as you guys make it over, the harpy zeroes in on you and screeches. It will be entering combat, gentlemen. All these 4 here, roll for initiative.
Oh, I moved to give Thorn room to
That's
land.
fine.
Yeah, okay. Should I still roll for initiative?
Freaking 2 again.
Yes, you should. And actually, Wyatt as well. I think everybody's in initiative range.
But dang, Harpy goes first. Big.
Okay, we are going to begin our encounter, starting off with the harpy. It is going to be flying over with 20 speed. 1, 2. It's going to use 2 actions to get here. And it is going to target Aurelian, and it does have a reach of... I'm just trying to see here. Actually, oh boy. Fatal error. It has to use its 3rd movement to move over here. It's not going to attack.
Okay.
All right, Kevin, you're up.
I feel
All right. What is the harpy wearing? Like, what do I perceive on it?
Let me show you. Sorry.
Tech-ma?
Trying to...
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the brain
Ooh. Ugly son bitch.
Look at all battery.
Okay. Well, I will use... target, and I will use Blazing Bolt.
Okay. Spray a ray of heat and flame for 3 actions, or 1 to 3, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I guess it's just
Yeah, you just click on which one you want.
okay.
Roll an attack against the harpy. That is going to be a hit by 5. Make sure everyone's targeting.
Oh yeah, good point.
19 damage. The
Nice.
blazing bolt hits, and you can see it begin to burn off the feathers. And you can see it increasingly expending more effort to keep itself afloat.
Now, how do I tell if that was if I used 2 or 3?
What did you click?
So it gave me an option for 1, and then it had 2/3.
I don't know. If you spend 2 or more actions, the damage increases to 46 on a hit, and you had 46, so that was 2 or more.
Okay. And then, is this bridge passable, or do I got to jump over
It's
that hole there?
It is going to require an athletics roll, and I will call for that now.
I'm not sure if I want to... Yeah. Let me just see here. I'm not actually moving. I'm just counting it out. 5, 10, 15, 20. That would only put me right there. I'm going to stay
Okay.
where I'm at. And combat tracker and my turn.
Gotcha. We are up now to Wyatt Herb.
Hell yeah.
Let's see it.
I'm gonna hit him with a hunted shot.
You make 2 quick shots against the one you hunt. You make 2 strikes against your prey with the required weapon. If both hit the same creature, combine their damage for the purpose of resistances and weaknesses. Apply your multiple attack penalty to each strike normally. How is that any better than just doing 2?
It's 1 action.
Oh, 1 action. Oh, that's sick, dude.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So
It's
first strike.
Oh, awesome animations too. That's gonna hit by 2.
Nice.
You're a ranger.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sick.
Should I do the damage now or after?
Do it after. Make sure, because
Like
this will
arranged
change.
marriage.
Okay. Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
hit.
Good call.
It's funny, right?
Okay. Second strike at.
This one will be
12.
a miss, unfortunately.
Oh. Well then I'll just roll for the first one.
Yes, sir. 14 damage.
Beautiful. And then. Oh dang! I'm just gonna shoot him again.
That will be a miss, unfortunately. You see the little Leshy pew 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 with his crossbow and the bolts hitting the harpy.
Well, I think I got one more shot, but does the penalty go any lower?
I would just do the last one still.
All right, we're doing one more.
That will be a miss as well. With
Dang.
by 1.
Oh, cool.
You do have a minus 10 on map, though.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. That ends my turn.
All right, Torok, you're up.
Sweet. I'm going to move into this spot here. I'm going to cast. Cinder Swarm, and I'm going to choose.
Cinder Swarm.
Great heavens! I'm going to choose the Fire Ants option. So that's
He's going to roll a basic DC 26 reflex save with a plus 15. Not looking good, and it will fail by 4. Roll your damage.
Sweet.
He's going to be blinded for 1 round now as well. You'll take 13 damage with 2d6 persistent. Wow, that's not nothing. You see Torok send a swirly of fire ants, and it's just like a catapult trebuchet of little bugs as they latch on with their little pincers biting at the and you hear it screeching as its wings kind of wrap around itself, beating frantically, trying to beat them off. I knew it.
Oh, whatever. That's crazy. Oh, you got it.
Is that the end of your turn?
Say it.
That was 2 actions.
Yeah, that's a
More
2
actions.
action spell, so yeah, I'm going to end it.
Well, you can move still.
Already moved.
Okay, gotcha. Raylan, you're up.
Turn.
I am gonna. He's pretty hurt, right?
Do you want to make a perception roll?
Oh, okay. I'll go. I'll rage. I'll rage.
Whoop.
And I don't think I can do anything else. Yeah, I'll just end my turn.
Okay. I will say I'm just going to quickly switch over to Firefox. I keep trying to use Chromium because it's supposed to have better support, and it's just shitting the bed.
I am interested to see Raylan enraged with his hospital gown on.
It's more of a bib now.
Yeah.
Like it's a little.
Just foreskin just flapping in the wind.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a balloon.
No,
you know when you hold a condom out of the side of a window?
Yeah. You can use it like a parachute.
My gold's flying everywhere.
How do you relate to that? That's crazy.
All right. Whose turn is it? Where are we at? I'm back into Firefox now.
It was just Raylan's, so that would make it mine.
Okay.
Okay. The Okay. What I'm gonna do, I am going to make a running leap out to here. I'm going to target the harpy. I'm going to take a swing at it.
Okay. That will be a critical hit. Roll
Nice.
critical damage, please.
Oh, good job.
50 damage?
Jesus.
Dude, level 8 is no joke. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you cut that thing down. You slash it. You see take his wings and with one fell swoop with his sword, he cuts it down as it's swirling, trying to get these fire ants off of it, and you cut it diagonally in half, and it just goes limp and plummets down straight to the ground.
And then following through on my flight, I'm going to land on this rock over here.
Perfect. You're going to see, with the screeches, has attracted another harpy, and it is going to be joining the battle. And we are up to Kevin Huckleberry.
Alrighty. This is Harpia. Oh, that's a ways. 110 feet. Whatever could I do?
Still within fireball range.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's within fireball range.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, it is.
Even with that sawed-off wand.
Hey, the big one's hurt.
Bro, that's crazy. Yeah.
All right.
I've heard that, actually.
He's rolling a DC 26 reflex save, and he will fail by 8. Roll for your damage.
Ace.
Oof, 26 damage. You see a giant fireball cascading from the tips of Kevin's fingers and just engulfing this harpy. And as the fire sort of dies down, you just... What it used to have feathers, and as soon as the fire covered it and then went away, it's just naked. It's like one of those naked cats. All feathers burned away.
Yes, and then
This is like World War II battleship warfare.
Yeah. So if it doesn't have any feathers, left, that's gonna put a damper on the whole flying thing, isn't it?
It will land down here.
For real? Dang.
Huh. Okay. Great.
Haha, nice.
Dirge of Doom.
And he will be frightened 1.
And end turn.
Okay. Wyatt Herb.
Beautiful. I am going to use my Leshy Glide. It says I can glide toward the ground and up to 25 feet forward through the air.
Beautiful.
So I will pop down here. And then, only got 1 shot left. Yeah, let's try this out. I am going to begin my reload.
Reload magazine. Okay, so that's 3 actions. And I guess... Are you able to? Because you use 1 action for...
Yeah, so it'll be... I think in the thing it says you can split up the actions. They don't have to happen in the 3. Because it's take out the clip, put a new clip in,
Gotcha.
ready for the shot.
Sure thing. Okay. So 2 of those actions will be completed for your turn here.
Yeah, I will empty a clip and throw the next one in.
Okay.
Man, you got an M1 Grand?
Yeah, sorry, pardon me, the magazine. The magazine.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I hate to
I
do
guess
this, but
it would be a clip because it's 5 bolts
What's that, Will?
stacked.
Trunks, is there any chance you could do like your nightcap? Or maybe I'm the only one experiencing this, but I feel like you're a little quiet. I have you up full.
Am I a little quiet?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
You can turn them up individually on Discord, Will.
Yeah, I have them at 200%. Thank you.
Oh, weird.
Carry on.
10-4. I will. That will be my turn.
Okay. Torek, you're up.
Sounds good. I'm going. Actually, I don't really want to use any more 4th level spells, so I'm just going to make an athletics check to cross this bridge here.
Okay, I will prompt that for you.
Sweet. Well, it depends on the difficulty class. Yeah, I'll just roll for it.
Yeah, it's a hidden DC.
That's good.
You will succeed.
Oh, barely, I would imagine.
By 2.
Yeah, it's crazy. So now I'm here with Raylan.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I'm willing to do right now. I don't want to use a high level spell. And I guess I can move again. Go there, and I will end turn with that. I wish I had some healing or whatever, but
The harpy is going to use 1 action to move, another one to beat its wings and jump over, and a 3rd to end its turn there. Raylan, you're up.
Well, within striking distance.
Yeah, it doesn't know that.
I would like to use my halberd, and I think of Thonker as I do.
No.
I need to drag that. Oh yeah, okay, there we go.
That will be a hit.
Beautiful.
And damage.
15 damage. You cut down at the harpy, slashing one of its fleshy wings open, and it's bleeding profusely. This will be a miss, unfortunately.
Oh yeah?
This one will be a miss as well by 2.
Shoot.
Crazy. I end my turn.
All right, Aurelian, you're up.
Alrighty. I am once again with a beat of my wings, gonna fly across, and I will land actually right there.
Okay.
Yeah, right there, and I will.
What's your fly speed?
It's 20.
So how many turns?
So that's
is that?
all 3. That's all 3 actions.
Gotcha.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Up next, a new foe joins the battle. And it's a gust of wind. You can see it from a ways off.
Oh, cool.
It will be using its...
Oh, interesting.
that
Dude,
will
this
be
battle
its
map
turn.
is awesome.
Kevin, you're up.
Okay.
Definitely ups the stakes with the acrobatics checks required. The athletics.
Absolutely. Gorgeous, too. I love the cloud effect.
Thank you.
Doom.
Dirge of Doom, he will be frightened 1.
And then I will cast Divine Lance.
Alright, roll an attack.
on them.
Ooh, that's a sick animation. That's gonna hit. Roll damage. Pwee, 11 damage. You see a lance of golden light just shoots through its shoulder. It's screaming in terror from Dirge of Doom. Wyatt,
yeah.
you're up.
Okay, I am going to finish my reload.
That's one
I will
action.
Ready a bolt, yes, and I will call. Oh, no, I gotta move. Then I will. Oh, how far is that? I will use 2 glides, and yeah, throw myself back here behind Raylan.
Beautiful.
And that will end my turn.
Alright, Torek, you're up. And we're skipping Torek because he is away. The Harpy will retaliate towards the dragon. Didn't mean to do that.
Urge of Doom.
Retaliate towards me? I didn't hit it.
It doesn't like other flying things.
Did it just move?
It did.
I believe I have attack of opportunity.
That's when it leaves your threat range, not within it.
No,
Shoot.
I'm pretty sure we.
Wait,
Is it not
hold
when
on.
they move? That's D&D rules is when it leaves threat range.
Oh yeah, no.
A creature
I
within
put
your
it in
reach
chat.
uses a manipulate action or a move action, makes a range attack, or leaves a square during. Okay. Shit. What?
Does it count towards my map? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to hit,
Nice.
and it will be taking 13 damage, and it is severely wounded from that. And in its rage, it's going to bite at the Dragonborn, missing him, and once more with map -5, and again missing. That will be the end of its turn. Raylan, you're up.
I'm gonna laugh at the harpy and say, I think you guys got this. And I'm going to use 1 move to get myself over here. I have, I can cover 45 feet, I believe, per move. Let me just double check that. Plus 10 foot item bonus to your speed.
Yep.
So 45 feet. So I'm gonna use sudden charge.
Your computers were to freeze.
I canceled it. So I'm gonna use the first movement. Do I need to do a check for this?
Oh it froze my PC.
My computer froze too.
Is
Hey.
anybody else's Foundry frozen?
I cast
my
freeze.
bad.
Oh yeah. You
Oh,
broke
it's
it.
back.
Freeze.
It's back.
Jesus.
Holy crap.
You have so much power, you can break all our computers.
I uncast freeze. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you
Thanks for letting us
for
do.
dispelling.
The entire battle map's cleared. Everyone's dead except for me.
It's just Raylan left.
Okay, what do I need to do to cross this?
I'm going to need an athletics check. Prompting you now. Easily, critically succeeding.
Oh.
Okay. And then I'd like to use my last...
Yep, same prompt.
To place myself there, so...
Putting those boots to good work, man.
Yes, sir. I was excited about that.
That will be a success as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna hit this guy.
Sorry, was that not 3 moves?
It's sudden charge.
Yeah, so... Sorry, I'm just counting this out here.
So I moved
twice.
once? Yeah. Stride twice and attack with 2 moves.
Gotcha. Did you have him targeted?
Yep.
Oh, and that's your damage. Beautiful. He takes 17 damage as you cut through him. The blade just passes through his ethereal form. Aurelian, you're up.
Why am I even swinging at this guy?
It did damage.
Thonker didn't get around to runes and stuff. You know. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
I'm gonna have I'm gonna face this harpy that had the gall to try and hit me.
Wait, is that not a Okay, good. Hey.
And I'm just gonna...
That will be a hit.
Take a
Roll
swing.
for damage. 1 away from a crit.
87 damage.
You cut him down. How would you like to do this?
So as the harpy makes his attacks at me, I'm just gonna casually parry it aside and then just lop its head right off.
The head falls and tumbles off of the cliffside as its body goes limp to the floor. Its head rolls off the cliff, and you can see its long hair spiraling as the wind takes it. Gentlemen, this is 10 o'clock. Nup, is it hard stop here for you?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta wake up in 4 hours.
Yeah. We will pick up this encounter next session. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you had a good time.
We did.
Yes,
Sure.
thank you. Thanks, stream.
We'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Next one's gonna be on a Friday.
That's right. It's going to be a bit of a weird one if we have anyone left watching. It will be on a Friday night, so we shall see you then if that happens. All right. See you then.